All right, Randy, we're about 5 minutes out here. I'm going to get the announcements going. Susan? Sorry to interrupt. Can I see you for a second? Oh, boy. Okay. All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the third day of Donley Auctions Spring Classic. A little more sparse than it was the past 2 days, but thank you very much for coming out. You're going to enjoy it here today. A couple of things to go over before we get started here. Everybody needs a bidder paddle. In order to bid, you need to register up front. Linda will be happy to take care of you with that. That's what we look for when you're bidding. We obviously have a lot of internet bids coming in, but out in the audience, we do look for the yellow and red cards. That's what really shows up for us. We look for that. Randy and I, our eyes aren't what they used to be, so please use the bidder card. Winking and nod just doesn't do it anymore. We do add a 21% buyer's premium to every successful bid with a 3% discount with cash. If you pay by cash or with a business check, and of course 7% Illinois state sales tax is added to that as well. Now, if you can't stay for the duration of the sale, please take advantage of our absentee bidding program. Linda can fill you in on the details, but rest assured, if you do leave an absentee bid, we do not start at your high bid. For instance, if you leave a $1,000 bid, we might kick it off at $200, maybe $250, and bid up to your high amount as if you were here. We do not start with your high bid. When the auctioneers, all items must be paid for today in full before you leave. And when the auctioneer says sold, the item is sold. We cannot reopen it. So please use that bidder card, get our attention. If it looks like we're not acknowledging your bid, wave it around a little, make some noise. We don't want to miss your bid. Now, buyers are strongly advised to personally examine all the items before in which you're interested in before the items are put up for auction. It is in your best interest here today. Nothing beats really picking up an item, looking at it, feeling it, making sure it's exactly what you want it to be before you bid on it. We do pride ourselves in our descriptions and our photographs for our online community here. But again, nothing really beats being here in person. I'll say it again, online bidders. I know you've got a lot of return buyers here. If you do get a chance to come out and see us here in scenic Union, Illinois, please introduce yourselves. We'd love to meet you. Let us know that you bid with us online before. And again, we'd love to meet you. All lots are sold as is and without recourse, and neither Donley Auctions nor its consignors make any warranties or representations express or implied with respect to such lots. Absolutely no refunds or returns, and in the case of reserve price, we will implement bidding on behalf of the consignor. All items must be paid for today, and all items must be picked up by the end of next week's. Appointments on weekends only, so please, if a weekend works best for you, just let us know. We'll be happy to oblige. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 for pickups, but please, if you know you're coming at a certain time, please schedule that with us so we have the proper staff on hand to assist you with loading and retrieving your items. Linda can help you out with that up in the front office. We do hold auctions once a month, although we do have 2 this month. Our upcoming sales, April 30th, which is live only on site in the city of Chicago, an iconic venue or iconic restaurant bar, Chicago Joe's. Again, it's live only on site down in the city. Take a look at that. There's some great historical pieces in there, including that magnificent sign. You can see a picture of that on our website, DonleyAuctions.com. May 21st and 22nd, we have the military auction, guns, firearms, edged weapons, and some pretty historically significant pieces, too. For more information on that, again, visit DonleyAuctions.com. You might be surprised at what you see, what we have coming up. And also, Saturday night, Randy and I, we have the privilege of selling emceeing and selling a charity fundraiser at the San Filippo Estate in South Barrington, or Barrington Hills, rather, isn't that? For the Sparrow's Nest. It's open to the public. It is a wonderful organization. They do great work to help women in need. If you have some free time that night, please head out there and donate, see what we've got going. It's a wonderful place. If you've never been there, now's your chance to visit. June, auctions are to be determined, or the dates are to be determined. Again, visit DonleyAuctions.com for more information on that. In today's world of social media, if you get a chance to leave a review somewhere, that would help us out. Google, Yelp, whatever it might be. We strive to put forward a positive experience here, and love you to share that with other people. It would help us out tremendously. We do have donuts and coffee, soft drinks, water up there. Help yourself, all complimentary. Grab something, have a seat, continue bidding with us. Don't know what it's going to be yet, but we'll have some lunch, some snacks coming in a little bit later this afternoon. We'll let you know when it arrives and when it's out there for you. Again, all complimentary. No smoking in the building. If you do need a cigarette, please step outside 15 feet from the door for the state of Illinois. And if you do choose to head out there, please use the ashtrays. Again, please use the ashtrays. One last thing before we get started. We've got our little auction dog, Tucker, running around in here. He's really something, but I'll tell you what, he is relentless when it comes to begging for food. He'll come up and he'll give you those eyes and stare at you. Go ahead and pet him, let him know you love him, but please refrain from feeding him. No feeding Tucker. All right, a couple of things. Well, I guess that's it then. All right, everybody ready on this side? Okay, here we go. Let's get going here. Lot number 3001. We've got the antique tapestry here. What do we give on that? Start them at 500. Anybody want to bid 500 on that now? Get a bid 5 to go. Bid a bid 500. Who wants them? 5 to go. Get a bid 500. 500. Anybody want to bid 5 on that? Get a bid 5 to go. Get a bid 5. Give me 250. 250. Anybody 250 on that now? Get a bid 250. For the tapestry now. Get a bid 250. Who wants them? 250 on that now? Get a bid 250. 250. You want them at 250? Anybody want them at 250? Pass on the tapestry. 3002. Who's on the phone here? Back there. On the display case here. Give me $200 on that. 2 to start now, but 2 to go. Get him at 200. Who wants them? 200. Now get him at 2 to go. But him at 200. Anybody want him at 200 on that? Give me $100. 200 here. 2 I got. 2 and a quarter to go. Get him at 225 on that now. Get him at 225. 225. Who else now? Get him at 225. 2 and a quarter now, but at 225. For the display case, 225. Any further bidding? 225 on that now. Get him at 2 and a quarter. Sold him 200. Phone bidder number 67, your buyer. Lot 3010 here. Got the Eisenberg costume jewelry here. Start them at $50 on that. 50 for the pin now. Get them at 50 on that. $50. Anybody want them at 50 on that now? Get them at 50 to go. Put them at 50. $50. Anybody want them at 50 on that now? Get them at 50. 50. Start them at 50. Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to try to move very quickly today. So if we don't get an opening bid on these, we're going to pass and move right along. On the Eisenberg here, $50 on that, 50. Start them at 50 now, but at 50 on that, $50 on that, get them at 50, pass on that. Lot 3011 on the Trifari here, on the necklace and earrings. What do you got? $80 on that. Start them at 80 now, but at 80, 80 to go now, but at 80, $80 hair now, but at 80, 80 for the jewelry here. Get them at 80, $80. Anybody 80 on that now? Get them at 80, $80. Start them at 80 now, but at 80, 80 to go, but at 80. Phone, $80. Anybody want them at 80 on that now? Get them at 80, 80 to go, $80. Pass on the lot. 3012. Got the Mexican sterling silver here. Starting at $50 on that. $50. Internet bidders, I hope you heard that too. $50 on that. Get them at 50. If we don't get the starting bid, we're going to pass. $50 on that. Get them at 50. $50 on that. Now get them at 50. 50 where now? Get them at 50. 50 to go. Get them at 50 on that. $50 on the sterling here. All good? Okay, 50. We're on 3012 right now. Lot 3012. Oh, okay. All right. Well, anybody want it? $50. Pass on the lot. 3013 here. We got the pearl necklace strand here. Everything good? Okay. 300 on that now. Get him at 300 to go. Bid him at $300. 300 on the necklace now. Get him at 3 to go. Get him at 300. 300 on that now. Bid him at 3 to go. $300 on the necklace now. Get him at 3 to go. Get him at $300. $300 now. Get him at 3. Give me 200 on that. Get him at 2 to go. Get him at 200. 200 on that now. Bid him at 2 to go. Get him at 200. Anybody want to at 2 on that now? Get him at 2 to go. Bid him at 200 for the necklace now. Get him at 2. Give me $100 on that. $100 now. Bid him at 100. You want him at 100 for the necklace now? Get him at $100. 100. Anybody want about 100 now? Internet, $100. Anybody want about 100 on that? Get about 100 to go. Bid about 100. Pass on that. 3015. Got the squash blossom here. Sterling silver on that now. Is that sterling? Well, take a look at that. The squash blossom necklace here. What do you got? Start them at $250 now. $375. Bid a bit 400 on that now. Get a bit 4 to go. Bid a bit 4 to go. Get a bit 400. I got 4 on the phone. Need 4 1/4 now. Get a bit 425. 425 to go. Get a bit 425. A bit 450 on that now. Get a bit 450. 450 on that now. 450 bid. 475. 475. One at 475. 475 bid. Now 500 to go. Get a bit 5. 5 on that now. Get a bit 500. 500 bid. 50 now. Get a bit 550. 550. Give me 550 on the necklace here. Get a bit 550 now. Get a bit 550. 5's the phone. 50 to go. Get a bit 550. 550. 550 on that. Any further bidding? 550 now. 550 and 6 to go. Get a bit $600. 600 on that now. 6. You want them at 6 right there now. 650. 650 on the necklace now. Get a bit 650 on that. Got some turquoise in there. Get a bit 650. 6 is the phone. 50 to go. Get him at 650. Anybody want him at 650 on that? Get him at 650. All in, all done now. Get him at 650. And 700 now. Get him at 7. 7 to go. 700 on that now. Get him at 7. 700. 7 there. 50 now. Get him at 750. 750 for the lot here. Get him at 750. Anybody else want him at 750? I got 700 on the phone. 50 now. Get him at 750. Any further bidding? 750. 750. All in, all done now. Get him at 750. Sold him $700. Bidder number 409, lot 3016. 2 of the Native American dolls here. Start them at, $10. Anybody? 10 for both now. Get them at $10 on that. 10, both dolls. Give me $10 on that. Get them at 10 to go. Get them at 10. 10 on that. Get them at 10. What's she happy about? $10. Anybody want them at 10 to go? Get them at 10. $10. Anybody? 10. Start them at 10. Pass on the dolls. Lot 3017. The Native American style rugs here. Big lot there. All one money. 7 of them. Give me $25. 40 right here. 5 at a bit 45 to go. Get them at 45. 5. 45. 45. Now 50. $50. All the rugs. Get them at $50 on that. $50 to go now. Get them at $50. $50. I got 45 online here. Need 50. Now get them at 50. 50 to go. Get them at 50. Now 60. $60. 60 for the whole bunch now. Get them at $60. You want them at 60 on that now. 60 bids. 70 to go. Get them at 70 on that. 70 where? 70 there. 80 to go. Get them at 80. $80. All the rugs. 80 bid. Now 90. 90 for the bunch to go. Get them at $90. 90. Anybody else want them at 90 on that now? Bid them at 90 right here. And 100 to go now. Get them at 100. $100. Any interest at 100 to go now? Get them at 100. 100. 90. 100 there. 110 to go now. Get them at 110. 110. 10 there. 120 now. Get them at 120. 120 for all the rugs here. Get them at 120. 120. Any further bidding at 120 on that? 120 there. 130. 130. All 7 pieces. 130 bid. 140 on that. Now get them at 140. 140. 140 now. Bid them at 140 to go. Get them at 140. Any further bidding? 140 now. Get them at 140. 140. All not done. 140 bid. Now 150. 150 on that now. Get him at 150. Who give 150? Now get him at 150. 150. You want him at 150 now. Get him at 150. 150 to go. 150 bid. 160. 160 for all 7 pieces. 160 on that now. Get him at 160. 160 to go now. Get him at 160. Who wants him? 160. 160. All in, all done now. Get him at 160. Last chance on that. Get him at 160. Sold him 150. Bidder number 902, lot 3017A. Got the Navajo style wool blanket here. Susan, if you get a chance, can we see you up here? Lot 3017A, Navajo style wool blanket here. $40 on that. 70 bid, 80 to go. Now get him at 80 on that. 80 for the blanket. $80 wear now. Get him at 80. 80 to go. Get him at 80 on that. $80. 80. You want him at 80? 80 to go. Get him at 80 on that. 70's online. 80 to go. Get him at 80. $80 now. Get him at 80 to go. Get him at 80. 80 where now? Get him at 80. $80. Any further bidding at 80 on that? Get him at 80. All in, all done. $80. Sold him 70 to bidder number. I'm sorry, 14071. Lot 3018. Lot 3018 here. You got the frame print here. On the print, start him at $50. Who wants him? 50 on that now, get him at 50. 50 to go now, bid him at 50. 50 on the print here, get him at 50 to go. Nice frame piece here, get him at $50. Anybody? 50 on that now, get him at 50 to go. Bid him at 50, $50. $50 on that. Who wants him? 50 to go, start him at 50. Any interest? At $50 on that, get him at 50 to go, bid him at 50. Pass on the lot. Lot 3019. Got two frame pieces here of the Victorian women here. Give me $10 for all of it. 25 here, now 30. 30 to go. Both pieces. Give me 30 on that now, but 30. 30 to go now, 30 here. 5 out of 35 on that. 35 where? 35. 35. Anybody 35 on that? Get it at 35 here. Now 40. $40. 40 to go. Any further bidding at 40. 40 here. Now 5 out of 45. 45. You want them at 45? 45. No, $45. Who wants them? 45. 40's on line. 5 to go. Get them at 45. Now $45. Who else? Give me 45. All in, all done. $45 here now. 50. $50. Both pieces. 50 bid. 60 on that now. Get them at 60. Who else? Give me $60. Any interest? 60 now. Get them at 60. $60. Got 50. Need 60. Now 70. $70 on that. Get them at 70. Any further? 70 here. 80 to go. Get them at 80. You get them both now. $80 on that now. Get them at 80. 80 to go. Any further bidding? $80. Now get them at 80 to go. Get them at 80. Last chance on that. 80 right here. Now 90. $90. Both pieces, 90 to go on that, 90 here, $100 bill, 100 to go. Who wants them? The Victorian women at $100 on that, 100 to go now. Bid them at 100, 100 here, 10 now. Get them at 110, 110 to go now. Get them at 110, 110. Any further bidding at 110 on that now? Get them at 110. Now 120, 120 now. Get them at 120, 120. Any further bidding at 120 on that? 120 to go now. Get them at 120. All in, all done. 120 now. Get them at 120. Last chance. Give me 120. 120 here. Now 130, 130, 130, 130. Both frame pieces. 130. Anybody else? 130, 130, all in, all done, 130. Sold them 120, bidder number 14034. Lot 3020 here. We got complete two-piece outfits here. A lot of three of them here. Take a look at the photo. See what you're bidding on here. Start them at 190. Now 2 to go. Get them at 200 on that. 2 to go. Get them at 200. About 200. Yeah, I got 200 online. Need 2 1/4. 2 1/4. 2 1/4. Yes, now 250 on that. 250. 250. Where now? Get them at 250. 250. 275. Get them at 3 to go now. Get them at 300. 300 on that. Anybody want them at 300? 3 to go. 300. 3 1/4 on that now. Get them at 3 1/4 now. 350. 350 for the lot now. Get them at 350. 3 1/4. 350. Now 375. Get them at 400. 400 on that now. Get them at 4 to go. Get them at 400 bid. 425. 425 bid. 450 on that now. Get them at 450. You want them at 450. I got 4 1/4 in house. Need 450. Any further bidding? 450 on that now. Get them at 450. Here 450. 475. Now 500 to go. Get them at 500. Anybody else want them at 500? 500. 475 is in house. Now 5 to go. Get them at 500. All in, all done. 500 now. Get them at 5 to go. Last chance on that. Get them at 500. Sold them 475, bidder 498, bidder 498. Lot number 3021. We got 3 two-piece outfits here. Start them at $100. 100. Anybody 100 on that? I'll take your 375. One at 400 there. 425. 4 1/4 on that. 425 to go. Get him at 4 1/4 now. Get him at 425. 400 in-house. 425 there. Now 450 and 475 on that. 475. Get him at 475. Now 5 and 50. 550 to go. Get him at 550 on that. 550 for the close. Now get him at 550 and 600 here. 650 on that. 650 to go. Now get him at 650. 650 bid. 700. 7 bid 50. 750 on that. I need 750 on that. Get them at 750, 750. Anybody 750 now? Get them at 750. Anybody else? 750, 700 in-house, 50 to go now. Get them at 750 on that. All in, all done now. Get them at 750. Sold them 700, bidder 498, bidder 498. Lot 3022, 2 examples of 1880s ladies wear here. Give me 100 on the lot, 100 to go. Get them at 100, start them at $100. 600, bid 50 on that now. Get them at 650, you want them at 650. Who wants them? 650 on that, 650. You want them at 7, 700 now. Get them at 7 to go. Get them at 700, 7 in-house. And 50 now. Get them at 750 for that. 750 bid, 800. Now get them at 8, 8 to go. Get them at 800, 800 here. Now 850. You want them at 850? 850 on that. 850's online. Now 9 to go. Get them at 900. 900 for the close, 9 bid, 50 to go. Get them at 950 on that. 950 there, 1,000 to go. Now get them at 1,000 on that. 1,000 bid, 1,100. Now get them at 1,100. 11 to go. Get them at 1,100 on that. Thousands bid, 1,100. Now get them at 11 to go. Get them at 1,100. Who else? Give me 1,100 on that. Any further bidding? 11 there. Now 1,200 to go. Get them at 1,200. 1,200 now. Get them at 12 to go. Get them at 12 for the lot now. Get them at $1,200. 12 bid. 13 now. Get them at 13 on that. $1,300 now. Get them at 13 to go. 13 here, now 1,400. 14 bid, 1,500 to go. Get him at 1,500. 1,500 now, bid him at 15 to go. Get him at 15. 15 where? Now bid him at 15. Anybody want him at 1,500? Now get him at 15. 1,500. 1,400 bid, 15 to go now. Get him at 15 and 1,600 for the lot here. Get him at 1,600 on that. 16, 17, $1,700. Now get him at 17. You want him at 17 on that. 1,700 where? Now get him at 17 to go. Get him at 1,700. I've got 1,600 bids, 1,700 to go. Now get him at 1,700. All in, all done. 17 on that. Get him at 1,700. Sold him $1,600. The bidder number 913, lot 3023, 7 shawls from the 1800s. What did he give on that? Start him at $100 on that. 100 for all the shawls here. 100, yes, you got it. 100 there, 10 now, get him at 110 for all of them now. Get him at 110. 110 where now? Get him at 110. 110, 110 now, 20. 120 on the lot, 120 to go now. 120 bid, 130 on that now. Get him at 130. 130 to go now. Get him at 130. 130, got 120 bid, 130 there. Now 140. 140 on that. 140 bid, 50 now, get him at 150. 150 to go now, get him at 150 on that. 150 where now? Get him at 150. You want him at 150 on that. 150 to go, get him at 150. Anybody else? 150, 140, now 150 to go, get him at 150. Last chance on that, get him at 150. Sold him 140, bidder number 915, lot 3024. Got a beautiful lot here of 1930s and 40s outfits here. What did he give for all of it? Start him at, I got 100 here. 10, 110, 120 now, get him at 120. 120 for all of it now, get him at 120. 120 bid, 130 to go. 140 now, get him at 140 and 50. 150, 160, 160 to go. 160 bid, 70, 80 to go, get him at 180 on that. 190, where? Now get him at 190. You want him at 190. Now 2 to go, get him at 2, 200, 2 bid, quarter to go, get him at 225 on that. 225 bid, 250, 250, give me 250 on that. 250, now 275 for the lot. 275 and 3 to go, get him at 300. You want him at 3 now. 3 bid, 3 and a quarter now, get him at 325 and 350 now. 350 bid, 75, 375, now 4 to go, get him at 400. 4 bid, 4 and a quarter now, 4 and a quarter now, 450. 450 I've got, 475, now 5. 500, 5 bid, 50, get him at 550. Now 6 to go, 600 on that. 650, 650, you want him at 650. Now 7 to go, get him at 7. 7 bid, 50 now, get him at 750 on that. 750, 750, want him at 750. 750, 700's the bid, need 750 on that now. Get him at 750, all in, all done now. Get him at 750 on that, 750. Last chance, give me 750. Sold him $700, bidder number 916, lot 3025. Got 2 heavily beaded 1920s gowns. Look at that, the old flappers. Start them at $100. 300. How about 3 and a quarter now? Get him at 325 on that. 325. Get him at 3 and a quarter. 325 where? Get him at 325. 325 there. 50. 350 on that now. Get him at 350. 350 for the dresses now. Get him at 350 right here now. 375 on that. 375 to go. Get him at 375. Anybody else want him at 375 on that now? Get him at 375. 350 bid. 75 on that now. Get him at 375. Any further bidding? 375. 375. All in, all done. 375. Sold them 350 to bidder number 921. Lot 3026 got 2 more beaded evening dresses here. Give me 100 on that. 100. 275 bid. Give me 300 on that now. 3 to go. 3 bid. 3 and a quarter. Now get him at 325 on that. 325. 350 on that. 350 to go. Get him at 350. 375. 375 and 4 now. Get him at 400. 4 bid. 4 and a quarter. Now get him at 425. 425 to go. Get him at 425. I got 400 online here. 25 now. Get him at 425. 4 and a quarter bid. 450. 450 on that now. 450 and 75. 475 for the dresses now. Get him at 475. Who else? 475 bid. Give me 500 on that. 5 bid. 50 now. Get him at 550. 550. 550 on that. Get him at 550. All in, all done. 550 now. Get him at 550. Both pieces now. Get him at 550. All in, all done. 550. Sold him 500. Bidder number 921. Lot 3027. 2 more beaded dresses here from the 20s, 1920s. Start them at 100. 100 on that, get him at 100 to go, get him at 100, 100, both dresses now, get him at 100 on that, 100 to go. Who wants them? $100 bills, start him at 100, here now 10, get him at 110, 110 on that, 110 to go, now get him at 110, who wants them? 110 to go, get him at 110, both dresses now, get him at 110, 110 here, 120, 120 now, 120, 130, now get him at 130 on that, 130 to go, get him at 130, 130, who else? Give me 130 for the dresses now, get him at 130, we've got 120, 130 on that now, get him at 130, all in, all done now, get him at 130, 130, 130 to go. Sold him 120, bidder number 915, lot 3028. 4 pieces of 1920s clothing here. Take a look at that. It's got some hot pink in there and more. Give me $100. $350, now $375. It would have been $375 on that, $375 here. Now $4 to go. Get him at $4 for the lot. $400. You want him at $400? $400 on that. Give me $4 to go. Get him at $400 and $425 on that now. Get him at $425. $425 bid. $450. $450. $450. Give me $450 on that. Who wants it? $450. $475. $475. It was $475 now. $475. Now $5 to go. Get him at $500. Give me $500 on that. 5 bid. $50 now. Get him at $550. Anybody else want him at $550 on that? $550 now. $550 and $600 to go. Get him at $6. All the clothing here. Give me $600 on that. 6 wear now. Get him at $600. You want him at $6 on that now. Get him at $6 to go. $600. $550 right here. Need $6 to go. Get him at $600. Any further bidding? $600 now. Get him at $6 to go. All in, all done. $600. Last chance. Give me $6 to go. $600. Sold on $550. Bidder number 917 3029. 4 pieces of 1920s clothing here. Give me $50. 50 bid. 60 for all of it now. Get him at 60 on that. 60 to go on that now. Bid him at 60. Anybody want him at 60 now for the clothing now? Get him at 60 on that. Anybody want him at 60 now? Get him at 60 right here now. $70. 70 bid. 80 to go. Get him at 80 now. Bid him at 80. $80. Who wants him? $80 now. Get him at 80. 80 for the clothing now. Get him at $80. I've got 70. Need 80. $80. Any further? 80 right here now. 90 and $100 bill. Get him at 100. 100 on the lot now. Get him at 100. Any 100 here now. 10 to go. Get him at 110 on that. 110 where? Now 120, 120, 120 on that. Give me 120 to go. Get him at 120. Anybody else 120 on that? 120 bid. 130 to go. Get him at 130 now. Get him at 130 and 140 where? Now get him at 140, 140. Anybody else want him at 140 to go? Get him at 140, 140, 140 bid. 150 now. 150 there, 160, 160, one about 160 on that. 160 now, get him at 160, 150 bid, 160. Anybody else want him at 160, 160? Any interest? 160 to go, get him at 160. Sold him 150, bidder number 10875, lot 3030. 4 pieces of Titanic era women's clothing. All 4 pieces. What do you got? 100 bid, 110, now 20, 120 on that, 120 to go, 120, 120, 120 now, 130 on that, 130 now, bid of 130, 130 I've got, 140 on that, now 150. 150 bid, 160 on that, get him at 160, and 170 for the lot, 170 bid, 180, 180 now, get him at 180 on that, $180, 180, 180 there, 190 now, 190, 190, anybody else 190 now, 190 there, 2 to go now, get him at 200, 225, a bit 2 1/4 on that, 225, a bit 250 now, 250 bid, 75, 275 now, get him at 275, a bit 300 now, 300 bid, 3 1/4 on that, 325, a bit 3 1/4 now, get him at 325, anybody else want him at 325, 325, all in all, 325 bid, now 350, 350, give me 350, now 375, get him at 375 on the clothing now, get him at 375 on that, 375, who else now, get him at 375, and 400 now, get him at 400, you want him at 400 on that, who'll give 400 now, get him at 4 to go, get him at 400, all in on 400, right here, 425 to go, get him at 425 on the 4 pieces now, get him at 425 on that, get him at 425, anybody else want him at 425 on that, get him at 4 1/4, 425, sold him 400, bidder number bidder 920, lot 3031. 4 more pieces here at $50. 130, 140, now get him at 140, now 150 on that, 150, 60, now 160 on that, 160 to go, give him at 160, and 170, 180, 180 on that now, 180, 190, 190, 190 for the close, 190 bid, 200 now, 2 bid, 2 1/4 now, get him at 225, 225, get him at 250 on that, get him at 250, and 275, get him at 275, get him at 3 on that now, get him at 300, anybody 3 on that now, 3 bid, 3 1/4, give me 325, now 350, 350 for the clothing, 350, now 375 on that, 375 bid, 4 to go, get him at 4, you want him at 400 now, bid him at 4 to go, get him at 400, for all 4, 400 there, 25, bid him at 425, now get him at 425, 450, 450, want him at 450, anybody want him at 450 on that, get him at 450. 450 to go, 450, and 475 for the lot, 475. Give me 475 on that. Anybody else? 475. 475. Any interest? 475. 475. Last chance. Give me 475. Sold him 450. Bidder number 14039. 14039. 3032. 4 more. Start them at 170, give me 180 on that. 180 for the clothing now, get him at 180. 180, anybody else? 180 there, 190 now, get him at 190. And 200, 2 there, 2 1/4, get him at 225. 225, 225, get him at 2 1/4 on that. 225, 225, get him at 250. 250, who else? Give me 250, 250. Any further bidding? 250 to 250 bid. I had 275, want him at 275. Now 3 to go, get him at 300. 300 on that now, get him at 3 to go. Ready? 300, now 25, get him at 325. And 350 on that now, get him at 350. 350, 350. Now 375, 375 bid. Now 400 on that. Get him at 4. 400. Anybody else want him at 400 on that? Get him at 4. All in, all done. 400 now. Get him at 400. 400 bid. 425. 425 on that. Any further bidding? 425. I got 400 online. 25 to go. Get him at 425. Any further bidding? 425. Last chance on that. Get him at 425. Sold him 400. Bidder number 915. Lot 3033. 3 more pieces. Start them at 170 bid, 180 on that. Get him at 180, 190 now, get him at 190. Now 2 to go. Get him at 200, 2 bid, 2 1/4. Now get him at 225, 225, 225 bid, 250 for all 3. Get him at 250, 250. Now 275. Get him at 275, 275. Give me 275 right here. And 300 to go. Get him at $300. 300 now, bid him at 3 1/4. 325. Now 350, 350. Who give 350? Now 375 on that. 375. Get him at 375. Give me 375. Anybody want him at 375 right here? Now 4 to go. Get him at 400. 400. 4 to go. Get him at $400 for the dresses. Now get him at 4 here and 1/4. Get him at 4 1/4. 425. Who wants him? 425 on that. Get him at 425. Any further? 425 in house. Now 450. Anybody else want him at 450 on that? Now get him at 450. 450. All in, all done. 450. Sold him 425, bidder 498, bidder 498, lot 3034. 3 pieces of 1870s women's clothing here. Start them at 475. Give me 500 on that. 5 bid, 50. 550 on that. Get him at 550 for all 3. 550 I've got. And 600. 650 to go. Get him at 650. 650 on that. 650. 7 bid. Give me 750. Now get him at 750. Anybody want him at 750? I got 750 in-house. Need 800 to go. Get him at 8. 8 bid. 850. 850 here. Now 900. I need 9 to go. Get him at 900. 9 bid. 50. 950 here. 1,000 to go. Get him at 1,000 on that now. $1,000. And 1,100 to go. Get him at 1,100. 1,200. Now get him at 12 to go. Get him at 1,200. 1,200 on that. Now 1,300. 13 bid, 14 to go. Now get him at 1,400. Who wants him now? Get him at 1,400. I got 13 in-house. Need 1,400. Now get him at 14 to go. Get him at 1,400. Any further bidding now? Get him at 1,400 on that. All in at 14 here. Now 1,500. 1,500 here. Now 1,600 on that. Get him at 16 to go. Get him at $1,600. I've got 15 in-house. Need 1,600 now. Get him at 16. Any further bidding? 1,600 on that. Get him at 16 to go. $1,600. Sold him 1,500, bidder 498, bidder 498, lot 3035, 2 1980 or 1880s ladies winter outfits. You get them both. One money. Start them at $50. 300 here. 3 1/4 to go. Get them at 3 1/4 now. Get them at 325 on the lot now. Get them at 325. Get them at 325. Get them at 350. Now 75. Get them at 375 on that. 375. 4 1/4. Now get them at 4 1/4. 4 1/4. Now get him at 425 on that. Give me 425. 4 1/4 here. Now 450. 450 now. 450. 475. 475 on the line. Now get him at 475. 475. 500. You want him at 5? 5 there. 50 to go. 550. Now 600. 6 to go. Get him at 6. 600. 6 on that now. 6 bid. 650. I need 650. 650. 650 now. Get him at 650. 650. Now 7 to go. Get him at 7. $700. Anybody else want him at 7? I got 650 in house. 7 to go. Get him at 700. Any further bidding at 7 on that now? Get him at 7 to go. Bid him at 7. 7 bid. 750. 750 on that now. Get him at 750. 750. No. Get him at 750. Anybody else want him at 750 on that? 7's online. Need 750 to go. Get him at 750. All in, all done now. Get him at 750. Sold him 700. Bidder number 906. Lot 3036. Got 2 more winter outfits here. Start them at 110. Give me 120 on that. 120. Now 120 for the outfits. Now get him at 120. Now 130. 130 on that. Get him at 130. 130 bid. 140. 150. 150. 150 on the lot now. 150 and 160 to go. 160. Anybody else? 160 on that. 150. 60. Now 170. 170. Anybody else? 170 to go. 170 yes. 180 now. Get him at 180 and 190. 190 for the lot. 190 bid. 2 to go. Get him at 2 1/4 now. Get him at 2 1/4. 2 1/4. Give me 225. Now 250 and 275. Get him at 275 on that. 275 to go. Now 300 for the clothing now. Get him at 3 to go. Get him at 300. Anybody else want him at 300? Right there. Now 3 1/4 and 350 now. Get him at 350. 375 on the lot. Give me 375 on that. You want him at 375. I got 350 online. 375 here. Now 400 to go. Get him at 4. $400. You want him at 4. 4 to go. Get him at 4. Any interest at 400 on that now. Get him at 4 to go. 375 is bid. Need 4 to go. Get him at 400. Any further bidding? 400 now. Get him at 4 to go. $400. Sold on 375. Bidder number 915. Lot 3037. 2 more winter dresses here. Start them at 190. Give me 200. Now 2 1/4. 2 1/4. 2 1/4. I got 2 1/4 in house. Need 250. 275. It'll be 275. It'll be 300 on that. 3 to go now. Get him at 300. 300. Now 25. 325 and 350. Now 375. 400. 4 to go. Get him at 400. 425. 425 bid. 450 on that. Get him at 450. 475 and 500 on that. Get him at 5. 5 to go. Now 50. 550 and 600 now. Get him at 6. 650. 650. 650. No. Get him at 650. Who else now? Get him at 650. 650 here. Now 7 to go. Get him at $700. Any interest? At 7 now. Get him at 7 to go. Get him at 7. $700. Anybody else want him at 7 on that? 650. 750 now. Get him at 750. Anybody else? Give me 750 on that. 750 and 800 now. Get him at 8 to go. Get him at 8 for both pieces now. Get him at 800. $800 on that. You want him at 8 to go. Get him at 800. 800. Any further bidding? 800 on that now. Get him at 8 to go. 750 bid. 800. All in, all done now. Get him at 8 to go. Get him at 800. 8 to go. Get him at 800. Sold him 750. Bidder number 906, lot 3038. Got the 1870s ladies summer suit here, $70 on that. 70, 80 bid, 90 on that now, 90 there, $100 bill, 100 there, 10, 110, 110, 20 now, get him at 120. 120, anybody? 120 there, 130, 130 on that, get him at 130 to go, 130, now 140, 140 and 150. 150 for the lot now, get him at 150, 150 bid, 160 to go, 160 there, 170, 170 now, bid him at 170. Give me a 180, 180 there, 190, 190 there, 200, 2 to go, get him at $200. 2 1/4 now, get him at 225. 225 bid, 250. 275. 275 on that, get him at 275. 275. Anybody else want him at 275 in house? Now 3 to go, get him at 300 on that, get him at 3 to go, get him at 3. 300. 325 and 350 to go, get him at 350. Any further bidding? 350 on that. Now 375 and 4 to go, get him at 400. $400. Any interest at 4 now? Get him at 400. I got 375 in house. Need 4 1/4. 425 and 450 to go. Get him at 450. 450, 450 on that. Any interest at 450. Now 475. 475, 5 to go now. Get him at 500. Any interest now? Get him at 500. 475's in house. Need 5 to go. Get him at 500. Sold him 475. Bidder 498. Bidder 498. Lot 3039. More ladies' clothing here. Take a look at that. For the lot to go, give me $100. 100 on that now. Get him at 100 to go. 100 here. 10 now. Get him at 110 on that. 110, 120. 120. You want him at 120 and 130 on that. Now get him at 130. 130 for the lot. 130. Who wants him? 130. Now 140. 140. Any interest at 140 on that? Get him at 140 to go. 140 where? 140. 140 here. Now 150 to go. 150 on the lot. Now get him at 150. Now 160. 160. 160. 160 I've got. Now 170 on that. 170 where? Now get him at 170. 170. 180. Want him at 180. 180 there. 190 on that. Now get him at 190. 190. Now 200. 200. 2 to go. Get him at 200. 200 in house. Now 2 1/4 now. Get him at 225. 225. 250. Want him at 250. 275 on the clothing now. Get him at 275. I got 250 in house. Need 275. Get him at 275. All in, all done. 275 here. Now 300. 3. You want him at 300. 300 bid. 3 1/4. Now 350. 350. Want him at 350. 350 on that. Get him at 350. 350. I got 3 1/4 up. 350's online. How about 375? Either one. Now get him at 375. 375 here. Now 4 to go. Get him at 400. 400. 400. Anybody want him at 4 on that now? Get him at 4 to go. Last chance. Get him at 400. Sold him 375, bidder 498, bidder 498, lot 3040. We've got the yellow party dress here. Take a look at that, 1950s. Start him at $500. 500 on the dress now. Get him at 5 to go. Get him at 500. Who wants him? 500 on that now. Get him at 5. Need 500 to start on that. Get him at 5 to go. Bid him at 5. $500. Anybody want him at 500? Need 500 to start here. Get him at 500. Anybody want him at 500 on that? Get him at 5 to go. Bid him at 5. 500. Anybody want him at 500? Pass on that. Lot 3041. Got the car code here, 1905 era. Take a look at that. Give me $80. 100 I got. 110 on that now. Get him at, I got 110 in-house. Need 120 on that. Get him at 120, 130, 130, 140 to go. Get him at 140. 130's in-house. Need 140. 140 now. Get him at 140 and 150. 160. 160's in-house. 170 now. Get him at 170. 170. 180. 180 on that. 180 I've got. 190 now. Get him at 190 and 200 now. Get him at 2. 2 bid. 2 1/4. Now get him at 225. Now 250. 250 I've got, and 275 on that. 275, get him at 300. 300, 3 I got, now 3 1/4. Get him at 325, and 350 to go. Get him at 350. 375 on that. 375, now 400. 400, you want him at 4 to go. Get him at 400 on that. Who else now? Get him at 400. 4 up front, now 425. Get him at 4 1/4 on that now. 4 1/4 I got, now 450. 450 bid, 475. 475 on that. 475, give me 475. 450 bid, 75. Any further bidding? 475, last chance. Get him at 475. Sold him 450, bidder 498, bidder 498, lot 3042. All the ladies' hats here, 9 of them all together here. Start them at 110 I got, 120, all the hats, 120 to go. Get him at 120 on that now. Get him at 120. Big lot there, 120, now 130 and 140, 140. All the hats, give me 140 on that. Get him at 140 to go. 140 where now? Get him at 140 right here, now 150 and 160. All 9 hats, give me 160 on that. 160. Who else now? Give me 160 on that. 160 bid, 170 to go. 170 bid, 180. Anybody else want him at 180 on that now? 180. No, 190. Now get him at 190. 190 to go. Get him at 190. I got 180 bid. Need 190 for all the hats now. Get him at 190 on that. 190 to go. Anybody else want him at 190 to go? Get him at 190. 190. Last chance. Give me 190. Sold him 180. Bidder number 920 3043. 10 more hats. Start them at 70 bid. Give me 80 for all of them now. 80 here. 90. 90 for the hats now. Get him at 90. $90. Give me 90 on that now. Get him at 90 to go. Get him at 90. 90 where now? 90 right here. $100 bill. Get him at 100. 100 bid. 10 now. Get him at 110 on that. 110 now. Get him at 110. 110 bid. 20 now. Get him at 120 on that. 120. Now 130. 130 to go. Get him at 130. 130. Anybody else? 130 to go now. Get him at 130. 130. All in, all done. 130. 130 I've got. 140. All the hats now. Get him at 140. Now 150 for the lot to go. Get him at 150. 150 on that now. Get him at 150. 150. Any further bidding at 150 on that now? Get him at 150. All in, all done. 150. Sold him 140. Bidder number 920, lot 3044. We got the big lot of vintage ladies undergarments here. Start them at $25. 90 bid. Give me 100 for all of it. Now 100 there, 10 now. Get him at 110 and 120 to go. Get him at 120. 120 here, 130. 130 on that now. 130 bid. 140 to go. Get him at 140. 140 now. Get him at 140 on that. 140 where now? Get him at 140. I've got 140 bid. Now 150. 150 for the group to go. Get him at 150. 160 on that now. 160 bid. 170. 170 now. Bid him at 170. You want him at 170 here. 180 on that now. Get him at 180. 180. 190 now. Put him at 190. 190. Anybody want him at 190? Right here. Now 2 to go. And 1/4. Get him at 2 1/4. 225. 225 on the lot here now. 250 to go. Get him at 250. You want him at 250 on that now. Get him at 250. 250 here now. 275 for all of it now. Get him at 275. Anybody want him at 275 to go? Get him at 275. 250's online. Need 275. All 275 here. Now 300 to go. Get him at $300. You want him at 300. Now 1/4. Get him at 3 1/4. 325. Any further bidding? 325 on that now. Get him at 325. All in, all done. 325. 325 bid and 350 for the group to go. Get him at 350 on that. 350 now. Get him at 350. Any further bidding? 350. 350. Last chance on that. Give me 350. Sold him 325 to bidder number 10875. Lot number 3045. We've got men's hats and ladies' house coat here. Take a look, see what you're bidding on. Start them at 100 bid. Give me 110 on that now. 110 and 120 now. Get 120, 130 on that. 130 where? 130. Give me 130, 130. Get him at 130 on that. 130 for the whole bunch there. Get him at 130. 130. Any further bidding at 130. Now 140 to go. 140 on that. 140. Who else? 140. 140. Give me 140 on that. 140. Any interest? 140 on that now. Get him at 140 to go. Get him at 140. 140 up front here. 150 now. Get him at 150. Anybody else want him at 150 on that? Get him at 150. 150. All in, all done. 150 on that. Get him at 150. Sold him 140, bidder 498, bidder 498. Lot 3046, the Art Nouveau period ladies' winters outfit here. For the whole lot, what do you got? 190. Give me 200 for the bunch. 2 bid, 2 1/4 now. Get him at 225 and 250. 250. Now 275, 275 and 300 now. Get him at 3 to go for the clothing now. Get him at 300 and 1/4 to go. Get him at 3 1/4, 350. Where? 350, 350, 375 on that. 375, 400 to go now. Get him at 4, 425. 425 bid, 450 on that. Get him at 450, 450, 475 now. 475 for the clothing now. Get him at 475, 500 to go now. Get him at 500 here now. 50, 550, 550 for the group now. Get him at 550. Anybody else want him at 550 on that? 550 to go. Get him at 550. I got 550 there. Now $600. 600 bid, 50 on that now. Get him at 650, 650. Anybody want him at 650 to go now? Get him at 650, 650. Any further bidding at 650 on that now? Get him at 650 to go. Get him at 650. All in, all done. 650 now. Get him at 650. Last chance on that. Get him at 650. Sold him 600. Bidder number 906 3047 on the Louis XV style embroidered coat here. What do you got? 400. Give me a quarter now. Get him at 4 1/4 now. 450, 450, 475. Get him at 475 and 500 now. Get him at 5 here. 50, 550, 600 to go. Get him at 6 and 50, 650, 700, 700 on that now. 7 bid, 50, 750, $800. Get him at 8, 800 bid, 850, 850 on that. Get him at 850, 850, 850 bid, 9 bid, 950, 950 there, $1,000, 1,000 bid, 1,100 now. Get him at 11 and $1,200, 1,200 on that now. 12 bid, $1,300. Now 1,400, 1,400 on that. Get him at 14 to go. Get him at 1,400. You want him at 1,400 now. I've got 1,300 bid. Need 1,400. 1,400 on that. Now 15 to go. Get him at 1,500. 15 here. Now 16 on that. $1,600. Anybody want him at 16 to go? Get him at 1,600. 1,500's the bid. Need 16 on that. 1,600 now. Get him at 16. 1,600. All in, all done on that. Now get him at 16 to go. Get him at 16. $1,600. 16 I've got. Now 1,700. 1,700 for the coat now. 17, 1,800 on that. 18 where? $1,800. Give me 1,800 for the embroidered coat. 1,800. 1,700 bid. 1,800 to go. Get him at 18. All in, all done. 1,800. Sold him 1,700. The bidder number 910 3048. Got the two-piece Paris outfit here. Take a look at that. What do you got? 700. Give me 50. 750. 800 now. Get him at 8. 850. 850. 900 now. Get him at 900. 9 bid 50. 950. $1,000. 1,000 on that now. Get him at 1,000. Now 1,100 to go. Get him at 11 and 1,200 now. Get him at 12 to go. Get him at 12. 1,200. You want him at 1,200. 12 where now? Get him at 1,200. You want him at 1,200 on that. I've got 1,100. Need 1,200 now. Get him at 12 to go. Get him at $1,200. Any further bidding? 1,200 now. Get him at 12 to go. 1,200. 1,200 here. Now 1,300 to go. Get him at 13 and 1,400. 1,400 for the outfit now. Get him at 1,400. You want him at 14. All in, all done. 1,400 now. Get him at 1,400. Sold him $1,300. The bidder number 910 3049. Got the hostess outfit here. Two-piece outfit. Start them at $90, $100 on that. 100 to go. Now get him at 100. I've got 90. Need 100. $100 on that. Now get him at 100. 100. Anybody else want him at 100 to go? Get him at 100 here. Now 10. 110 on that. Now get him at 110 to go. 110 where now? Get him at 110 and 120. 120 for the lot now. Get him at 120. 120 bid 130 on that. Now get him at 130. 130. You want him at 130 now. Get him at 130. 130. Any further bidding? 130 now. Get him at 130 to go. 130 I've got. 140 on that now. Get him at 140. You want him at 140. 140. Any further bidding now? Get him at 140. 140. All in, all done. Now get him at 140. 140 I've got. Now 150. 150. You want him at 150? 150. 150. Last 150 bid. 160. Now get him at 160. 160 for the outfit now. Get him at 160. 150. 160. All in, all done. 160. Sold him 150. Bidder number 919 3050 on the three pieces of ladies apparel here. Start them at 70. I've got 80 to go. Get them at 80 on that. 80 bid 90. $90. 90 bid $100 here. Now 10. Get them at 110. 110 now. 110 on the lot. 110 where now? Get them at 110. 100's online. 110 to go. Get them at 110. 10 on that now. 110 to go. Get them at 110. 110. Any further bidding? 110 now. Get them at 110 to go. 110. Last chance on that. 110 to go. 110. 110 up front. 120 now. Get them at 120. 120 here. Now 130. 130. Want them at 130. 130 bid 140 now. Get them at 140 and 150. 150. 150 I've got. 160 now. Get them at 160. 170. 170 no. Get them at 170. Any further bidding at 170 on that? 170. Last chance on that. 170. Sold them 160. Bidder number 911. Lot 3051. 5 ladies tops here at $50. 50, bid 60 for the group to go. Get him at 60, got 50, need 60 for the whole bunch there. 60 now, $70, 70 bid 80, $80. You want him at 80, $80 to go, 80 here, now 90, and $100 bill. Get him at 100, 100 for all five now, 100 there, 10 now. Get him at 110, 110, 20 now, 120 to go. Get him at 120 on the lot now. Get him at 120. Who wants it now? Give me 120. Now 130, 130 for all five. Get him at 130. Any interest at 130 there, 140 now. Get him at 140, 140 for the lot now. Get him at 140 on that. Who give 140 now? Get him at 140 here and 150, 150 for the lot now. Get him at 150 on that. Anybody else want him at 150? 150 up front. 160 where now? Get him at 160, 160. Anybody else want him at 160 on that now? Get him at 160. Last chance on that. Get him at 160 here now. 170, 170, 170 bid 180 on that now. Get him at 180 to go. 180. Anybody else? 180, 180. All in, all done. 180 now. Get him at 180. Sold him 170, bidder 498, bidder 498, lot 3052. 1890s ladies apparel here, start them at $70. Anybody 70 on that? 70 to start. Who'll give 70? Right here. 80 to go. Now get him at 80 for the lot. Now get him at 80 on that. 80 where now? Get him at 80. 80 here now. 90. $90 on the lot now. Get him at 90 to go. Get him at 90. 80's on line. 90 to go. Get him at 90. 90 here. $100 bill. Now give me 100 for the bunch. $100 there. 110 now. Get him at 110. 110 now. 120. 120. Give me 120 right here. 130. 130 for the lot now. Get him at 130. 130 bid. 140. 140 on that. 150 to go. 150. 150. 160. 160 now. 160 on that now. Get him at 160. All in, all done. 160 now. Get him at 160 here. 170 on that now. Get him at 170. Anybody else? 170 here now. 180 to go. Get him at 180. I got 180 in house. Need 190. Now get him at 190. 190. 190 on that now. Get him at 190. Anybody else? 190. 180's in house. 190 now. 200. 2 1/4 to go. Now get him at 2 1/4. 2 1/4, get him at 225. Any further bidding? 225, all in, all done. 225 at 250. 250 I've got. Now 275. 275 on the lot now, get him at 275. Any further bidding? 275 on that. 275, well, at 275, get him at 300 here. 325 now, get him at 325. Anybody want him at 325 to go? 325, all in, all done. 325. Sold him 300, bidder 498, bidder 498, lot 3058, 2 pieces of ladies apparel here, start them at 110 here, 120 on that. Get him at 120. 120. Who wants him? Give me 120 on that now. Get him at 120 to go. 120 bid, 130 on that now. 130 to go. 130 for the lot now. Get him at 130. 130, 140. 140 for the apparel now. Get him at 140 on that. 140 bid, 150. Now get him at 150 on that. 150 where? 150. Now 160. 160. Want him at 160. 160. 170. Now get him at 170. 170 to go. Now get him at 170. Here 180. 180 to go. Get him at 180. 180. 2 pieces here. Get him at 180 on that. 180. Anybody else want him at 180 on that? 180, 190. Now get him at 190, 190. Any interest? 190. I got 190 in house. Need 2 to go. Get him at $200. 2 there, 2 1/4. Now get him at 225. Get him at 250. 250. Give me 250 on that. Now get him at 250. 2 1/4 in house. Need 250. Any further bidding? 250 on that. Get him at 250. Sold him 200, bidder 498, bidder 498, or 225 rather, bidder 498. Lot 3054. 2 more outfits from the 1890s here. Start them at 100 bid, 10 to go. Get him at 110. Now 120. 120 on that. 120. 130 on that. 130 for the clothing now. Get him at 130 and 140 now. 140 on that. 150 to go. 150 and 160 now. Get him at 160. 170 for both now. Get him at 170. 180 on that. 180 to go. 180. 180. 190. 190. 190. Who wants him? 190 right there. Now 2 to go. Get him at 200 and 1/4. 2 1/4. 2 1/4 to go. Get him at 225. Get him at 250. 250. Want him at 250 on that. 250 to go. Get him at 250. 250. I've got 2 1/4 on line, 250, now 275, 275, now $300. 300 to go. Give me 300. 3 bid, 3 1/4 to go. Now get him at 325 on that. 325. Anybody else? 325. Now 350 on that. Get him at 350. 350. 375. Now get him at 375. All in, all done. 375 on that. 375 to go. Sold him 350. Bidder number 932. Lot 3055. Got the 1912. Wedding gown here. Give me $100. 100 bid, 10 to go. Get him at 110, 110 now, 20 for the wedding gown. 120 on that. Get him at 120. You'll want him at 120 on that. Give me 120, 120 on that. Get him at 120, 130 now. 130 bid, 140, 140, 140. Want him at 140 on that. 140 to go. 150 now. Get him at 150 to go. Get him at 150, 150. Anybody want him at 150? 160 on that now. Get him at 160 and 170 now. 170 bid, 180 on that now. Get him at 180, 190. Want him at 190, 190 to go. Get him at 190. 180 bid. 190. Any further bidding at 190 on the wedding now. 190. Now 2 to go. Get him at 200. 2 there. 2 1/4. Get him at 225. Anybody else want him at 225 on that? Get him at 225. All in, all done. 225 now. Get him at 225. Sold them 200, bidder number 910, 3056. Two more early items here. Start them at 160. Give me 170 for the group now. Get him at 170 on that. 170. Anybody want 170? Right here. Now 180 and 190. 190 bid. 200 to go. Get him at 2 there and a quarter now. Get him at 225. 225 for the lot now. Get him at 225. 225 on that. Get him at 225 here. Now 250. 250 bid. 75. Get him at 275 on that. 275 to go. Get him at 275 here and 300 now. Get him at 3. 3 to go. Both pieces now. Get him at 300 on that. Get him at 3 to go. Get him at 3. 3 to go. Get him at 300. Anybody else want him at 300 on that? Get 300 in house. 3 and a quarter. Now get him at 3 and a quarter. Anybody else want him at 325 on that? Get him at 325. Last chance. Get him at 325. Sold him 300. Bidder 498. Bidder 498. Lot 3057. 5 of the ladies' hats here. Take a look at that. Start them at 140 bid, 150 for all the hats now, 150 bid, 160 on that, now 170, 170, 180 to go, get him at 180, 190 where, 190 here, now 2 to go, get him at 2, 200 bid, 2 and a quarter, give me 2 and a quarter, now 50, 250, all the hats, 250 bid, 75, now 3 to go, get him at 300 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter on that, now get him at 325 on that, 325, now 350. 350 for all the hats now. Get him at 350 on that. Who wants it now? Get him at 350. Anybody else want him at 350? I got 350 online. Need 375. 375. I got 375 in house. Need 4 to go. Get him at 400. 4 and a quarter. 4 and a quarter bid. 450 on that now. Get him at 450. 450 on that. Get him at 450. Now 475 and 500 on that now. Get him at 5. 5 to go. All the hats. Give me $500. Any further bidding? 500. 5 bid. 50. Now get him at 550. 550 I've got now 600 on that now. Get him at 6 to go. $600 now. Get him at 6 to go. Anybody else want him at 600 on that? Get him at 600. Last chance on that now. Get him at 600 to go. 600. Sold him 550. Bidder 498. Bidder 498. Lot 3058. 5 more hats. Start them at 100. Give me 10. 110 now. 110, 20, 120. 120 bid, 130. 130, 40 now. 140 on that. 140 bid, 50. 150 for the hats, 150. And 160. Now 170. 170. You want him at 170. 180 on that. Give him at 180. 190 now. Bid him at 190. 190. Now 200. 200 for the hats. 2 bid quarter. Now get him at 2 and a quarter. And 250 now. Get him at 250. 275 on that. 275. 3 and a quarter. Now get him at 3 and a quarter. 350. 350. 375 on that. 375. All the hats. 375 bid. Now 4 bid, 4 and a quarter. Get him at 4 and a quarter, and 450 now. 450, 475, 475. I got 500 now. Bid him at 5 and 50, 550. 550, want him at 550, 550, 470, or 5 bid, 50 to go. Get him at 550, 550, 550 in-house, now 600 to go on that. Now get him at 6. Anybody else? 600, now 50, 650 here, 7 to go. Get him at 700. For all of them now, get him at 700. I got 650 in-house. Need 7. 7 to go. All in, all done. 700 now, but if it's 7 to go. Last chance. Get him at 700. Sold him 650. Bidder 498. Bidder 498. Lot 3059. 6 more hats here. Get him at 70. Start him at 70 for the whole bunch now. Get him at 70. Anybody 70 on it? 70 bid. 80 to go. Get him at 80 on that. 80 where now? Get him at 80. 80 for the hats. And 80 here. Now 90 on that. Get him at 90. 90 for the hats. Now put him at 90. 90 here. $100 bill now. Put it at 100. 100 I got. 110 on that now. Get him at 110 here. Now 120. 120. Anybody else 120 on that? 110 bid. 120 to go. 120. All in, all done. 120 now. Get him at 120 here. Now 130 to go. 130 on that now. 130 bid. 140. 140 to go. Get him at 140. Anybody want him at 140 to go now? Get him at 140, 40, now 50, 150, 150, I got 160 now, get him at 160 on that, 160 to go, get him at 160. Who else? Give me 160. Any further bidding at 160 on that, get him at 160. Sold him 150, bidder number 920, lot 3060. 8 more hats to go here. Start them at 70, 80, 80 to go. 80 for all the hats here. Get him at 80. 80 I've got. Now 90. 90 on the bunch now. Get him at 90 on that. 90 where? Here. $100 bill. Now get him at 100. 100 on that now. Get him at 100 to go. Get him at 100. 100 where? Who wants them? $100. 90 I've got here. 100 to go. Now get him at 100. 100 here. 10 now. Get him at 110 on that. 110 where? Now get him at 110. 110. Now 20. 120 on that. Get him at 120. 130 to go now. Get him at 130. Anybody else? Want him at 130 to go. 130. 140's in house. 150 to go. Get him at 150. 150. 160. 160 here. 170 on that, 170 now, get him at 170, 170, 170, 170, now 180, 180 on that, now 190 to go. 190 on the hats now. Get him at 190 here now. 200 to go. Get him at 2 bid. 2 and a quarter now. Get him at 225. Anybody else want him at 225? I got 200 in house. 25 to go. Get him at 225. Any further bidding? 225 on that. Get him at 2 and a quarter. Sold them 200, bidder 498, bidder 498, lot 6061, the mechanics code here. 1920s era, take a look at that. What do you got? 100, 10 now, 110, yes, 110 I got, 120 on that now, 120 and 130 to go, get him at 130, 130 on that now, get him at 130, 130, who else now, get him at 130 and 140 to go, now get him at 140, should see hands everywhere, got 140, 150 on that now, get him at 150, 150, anybody else, want him at 150 on that now, 150, 160, anybody 160 on that, 160, where now, get him at 160, I got 150 online, need 160, 160 on that, anybody want him at 160 now, get him at 160, 150's online, need 160, here now 170, 170 to go now, get him at 170 and 180 now, get him at 180. Anybody else want him at 180 on that now? Get him at 180, 180. Any further bidding at 180 now, get him at 180. Last chance, give me 180. Sold at 170, bidder number 916. Lot 3061A, got another one here. The mechanic paint code here, start him at 140, 150, 60, 160 on that, 160 now, 160 for the coat now, get him at 160, right here, now 170 on that, 170 to go, 170 bid, 180 now, bid him at 180 on that, get him at 180, 180, anybody want him at 180 on that, 180, now 190, 190 to go, get him at 190, and 200 now, bid him at 2 to go, get him at 2, 200, you want him at 2, 200 to go, 2 there, 2 and a quarter now, get him at 225, 225, get him at 250, 250, 275 on that now, get him at 275, 275, now 300, 300 on that now, get him at 3 to go, get him at 3. I've got 275, 300 to go. Now get him at 300. Any further bidding? 300 now, get him at 3 to go. Last chance, get him at 300. Sold him 275 to bidder number 916, lot 3062. Here we go, the early 1920s three-piece baseball uniform. Start him at 130, that's it, 140 to go, get him at 140, 150's in back, 160 to go, now get him at 160, 170, and 180 on that, now get him at 180, 180, who else now, 180, 190, you want him at 190, now 2 to go, get him at 200 on that, $200, now 2 bid, 2 and a quarter, get him at 225, get him at 250, 250 on that, now get him at 250, 275, you want him at 275 on that, now get him at 275, I got 250 online, 275 to go, now get him at 275, 275 in-house, now 300 to go, get him at 300 bid, 3 and a quarter now, no, get him at 3 and a quarter. Anybody else want him at 325 on that? 325 to go. Now get him at 325. 300's online. Need 25 to go. Get him at 325. All in, all done. 325 on that. Last chance. Give me 325. Sold him 300 to bidder number 910. Lot 3063. 2 men's suits here. Start them at 275. Give me 300 on that now. Get it at 3 to go. $300 here, 3 and a quarter. Now 350. 350. You want them at 350? 350. You want them at 350. 375 on that. 375 and 400 to go. Now get it at 4. 400 here, 4 and a quarter now. Get it at 425. 450. 450. Now 475. 475. 500 for the suits. Get them at 500 on that now. 5 bid 50. Now 550 and 600 to go. Now get them at 6 and 650. 650 bid 7 to go. Now get them at $700. 700 now. Get them at 7 to go. Get them at 700. 7 bid 50. Now get him at 750 on that. 750 to go. Now get him at 750. Who wants it now? Get him at 750 right here. 800 now. Get him at 8 to go. Get him at 8. $800. Anybody want him at 8 to go? 800 bid 850 on that. 850. Give me 850. Now get him at 850. 850. Any further bidding at 850 now? Get him at 850. I've got 800 online. 50 to go. Now get him at 850. All in, all done. 850 now. Get him at 850. Sold him $800. Bidder number 935, lot number 3064. Got a 1920s double-breasted suit. That's cool. I'd wear that. $100 on that. 100 here. 10 to go. Get him at 110 and 120 now. Get him at 120. 120 to go. 120 bid. 130. 140. 140 on that. Get him at 140. 140 to go now. Get him at 140 on that. 140 now. Get him at 140. 140 on that. I've got 130 online. 140 to go. Get him at 140. 140. Any further bidding at 140 on that now. Get him at 140. 140 bid. 150 to go. 150 bid. 160. 160 on that. Who'll give 160? Anybody else? 160 on that now. Get him at 160. 160. You'd look good in it, Lou. 160 on that now. Get him at 160 on that. 160 to go. Right on. 160. 170. Who else now? Get him at 170. 180 on that now. Get him at 180. 180. Who else now? Get him at 180. 180 bid. 190 now. 190 now. 2 to go. Get him at 200. 200. Anybody want him at 2 now? Get him at 2 to go. Get him at 2. 200. 190 bid. Now 2 to go. Any further bidding? 200 on that now. Get him at 2 to go. Get him at 200. Sold him 190. Bidder number 11314, lot 3065. Got the three-piece pinstripe gangster suit. Wow, how about $80 on that? 80 bid, now 90, 90 to go, get him at 90 here, $100 bill, get him at 100, 100 here, 10, now get him at 110, and 120 to go, get him at 120, 120 on that, now get him at 120. Randy, is this more your style? 120 on that now, get him at 120, 130 to go, get him at 130, 140 on that, 140 now, get him at 140, 140 where now, get him at 140, yes, 150, 160, 160 on that, get him at 160, anybody want him at 160 on that, 150's bid, 160, 170 now, get him at 170, 170 on that now, get him at 170 to go, get him at 170, and 180 now, get him at 180, 180, 180, any further bidding at 180 on that now for the three-piece suit, 180, who wants them, 180, any interest at 180 on that, get him at 180, sold him 170, bidder number 11314, lot 3060, got the groovy British Invasion men's suit here, take a look at that, what do you got? 50, now 60 on that. $60 on the suit, now get him at 60 to go. $60 where, now get him at 60. Anybody want him at 60 on that? Now get him at 60, 50 bid. 60 on that, now get him at 60. 60 up front here, now 70 to go. Get him at 70, 70 here, $80 on that. 80, 80 bid, 90 now, 90 here, $100 bill. Get him at 100, now 10, 110 on that. 110, now 120, 120, want him at 120, and 130 to go. 130 there, now 140, 140, 140 yes, now 150, 150 bid, 160, 160 and 170 to go. 170, 180, 180 now, get him at 180, yes, now 190 on the suit, get him at 190 on that, 190 here, now 2 to go, get him at 200, 200 bid, 2 1/4, now get him at 225, I got 200 in-house, 25 here, now 250, 250, want him at 250, now 275, get him at 275 on that, 275 here, now 300 to go, get him at 300 on that, 3 I've got, now 3 1/4, 325 for the suit now, get him at 325, any further bidding, 325 on that, 325, get him at 350, no, 350, anybody else? 350 now. Get him at 350. 3 1/4 online. Give me 350 now. Get him at 350. All in, all done now. Get him at 350. Sold him 325. Bidder number 11314. Lot 3067. Got a late 1860s men's three-piece here. Start him at $70. 80, 80 to go. 80 here. 90, $90 on that. Get him at 90. You'll want him at 90 and $100. 100 there. 10 now. Get him at 110. 110 on that. 110 now. 20 to go. Get him at 120. 120 where now? Get him at 120. 120. Anybody? 120 on that now. 120 up front. Now 130 on that. 130. Who wants him? 130 now. Get him at 130. 130. 140. 150. 150 now. Get him at 150 here. 160 to go. Get him at 160. 150. 60 here. 170. 170, I got 180 now, get him at 180 on that. You want him at 180, 190, and 200, 200 on that, now get him at 2, 2 1/4, now get him at 225, get him at 250, 250 on the suit, now get him at 250, and 275, and 3 to go, get him at 300, on the lot, get him at 300 now, get him at 3, any further bidding at 300, 300 I got, now 325, 350 on that, now get him at 350, 375, and 400, now get him at 4 to go, get him at 4, 4 here, 4 1/4, now get him at 425, 450 to go, get him at 450, 450, 450, 475, now 500, 5 to go, get him at $500, 5 bid, 50, 550, 550, want him at 550, now 600 to go, get him at 600 for the clothing, 600, 650. 650 on that now, get him at 650, any further bidding at 650 on that now, get him at 650, all in, all done, 650, sold him 600, bidder number 913 is your buyer. 3068, got the wedding dress with the train, starting at 50. 50 on that, get him at 50 now, get him at 50. $50 on the wedding dress, now get him at 50. Need 50 to start on that, get him at 50. Anybody want him at 50 on that now, get him at 50. $50, 50 now, get him at 50. Start him at 50. Any interest at $50? 50 to go. Pass on that. 36. I'll take your 50. I got 50. We're back on 3068 here, and I've got 50. Need 60. $60. Anybody else want him at 60 on that? Get him at 60. $60. Any interest at 60? Sold him 50 to bidder number 915, lot 3069. 2 of the 1970s dressing gowns here. You get them both. One money. Start them at 20 and 5 would have been 25, now 30, 30 to go, 30 bid, 5 out of 35, and $40, 40 bid, 5 out of 45, and 50 where, 50 bid, 60, 60 there, $70, and 80 to go, get him at 80, you want him at 80, 80 here, 90, and $100 bill, get him at 100 on that, 110, now get him at 110, 110, want him at 110, 110 on that, now get him at 110 to go, 110, now 120, 120, 130 on that, now get him at 130, 130, 130 where, now get him at 130, who wants him, 130, I got 120, 130 on that, now get him at 130, all in, all done, 130's in-house, 140 now, get him at 140. Anybody else want 140 here? Now 150, 150, want him at 150 on that. 150 to go, 150 yes, now 160 on that. Now get him at 160, 170, want him at 170, 170 now, get him at 170, 170, 170 yes, now 180 on that now. Get him at 180 to go, get him at 180, 180. Any further bidding at 180 now, get him at 180. All in, all done. 180. 170 is in-house. Need 180 on that. Get him at 180. Sold him 170. Bidder number. What's your number? 412. Bidder 412. Lot 3071. The Mademoiselle Dubois portrait here. Take a look at that on the print. Give me $10. 10 bid. 15 on that. 10, 15 yet? 15, 20 now. Get him at 20. 20. Now 5. Get him at 25 on that. 25 to go. Get him at 25. Get him at 25 now. Get him at 25. 20 bid. 5 to go. Get him at $25. Sold him 20. Bidder number. 14110. Lot 3072. Nagy here, the framed oil on canvas here. Start him at $50. 50. You want him at 50? $50. 50 on that now. Get him at 50. Who wants him? $50 on that. Start him at 50. 50 to go. Get him at 50. $50. Need 50 to start on that. $50. Anybody want him at 50 now? Get him at 50. Again, we announced it at the beginning. If we don't get the opening bid, we're going to pass. Moving right along today. $50. Start him at 50. Anybody want him at 50? $50. Any interest at 50 on that now? Get him at 50. Pass on the lot. Lot 3073. A copy of a Renoir oil painting here. Start him at $50. 50 on that now. Get him at 50. $50 on that. Get him at 50. Who wants him? $50 on that. Get him at 50. 50 to go. $50. Any interest at 50 on that? Get him at 50. Pass on the lot. Lot 3074. We got the early 20th century etching here. Well, take a look at that. What did he give? Start him at 50. Anybody? $50 on that. Get him at 50. Unknown artist here. $50 on that. Get him at 50. 50 where now? Get him at 50. $50 on that now. Get him at 50. Who wants him? $50 on that. Get him at 50. Start him at 50. 50 to go. 50. Any interest at $50? 50 on that. Get him at 50. Pass on the lot. Lot 3075. Old Masters era engraving here. Nicholas Poitier here, take it, start him at 25 on that. Here, now 30. 30 on that now. Get him at 30. 30 to go now. Get him at 30. 25 I got. Now 30 on that. 30 and back in 5. Get him at 35. Now 40. Want him at 40. 40 to go. Get him at 40 on that now. 40. 35's online. Need 40. 40 on that now. Get him at 40. Any further bidding? 40 on that now. Get him at 40. 40, yes. Now 5 at 45 now. Get him at 45. And $50. 50 now. Get him at 50. Any further bidding? 50 on that now. Get him at 50. All in, all done now. Get him at 50. Sold him $45. Bidder number 939. Lot 3076. Bowen here, the antique stone lithograph here. Take a look. What do you got? 100 I've got. 10 now. 110 on that. 110 to go. Get him at 110. Anybody else want him at 110 on that now? Get him at 110 to go. 110 to go. Who wants him? 110 now. Get him at 110. 110. Any further bidding at 110 on that? Get him at 110. 110. All in, all done. 110 to go. Get him at 110. Sold him $100. Bidder number 9528. Lot 3077. Unknown artist here. Oil on canvas starting at $50. Anybody? 50 now. Get him at 50. Need 50 to start on that. Get him at 50. $50. 50 to go. Get him at 50. Need 50 to start on that. Any interest at 50 to go? Get him at 50. $50. Anybody want him at 50 now? Get him at 50. $50. 50 on that now. Get him at 50. Pass on that. Again, online bidders. If we don't get the opening bid, we're going to pass. We're going to try to move it along pretty quick today. So again, keep in mind, if we don't get that opening bid, we're going to pass and move right along. Lot 3078, 2 pieces of framed artwork here, 2 frame pieces. Start them at $50 on that. 50. Start them at 50. Now, but at 50, you want them at 50 on that. 50. Where now? Get them at 50. Any interest? 50 to go. 2 pieces, $50. Get them at 50. Any interest at 50. Pass on that. Lot 3080, got the framed oil here. Take a look at that. Oil on what? Framed oil painting here. Take a look at that. What do you got? Start them at 200 now. Bit of it 2 to go. Get them at 2. 200 now. Bit of it 2. 2 to go. Who wants them? 200 now. Get them at 2. 200. Start them at 200 on that now. Get them at 2 to go. Bit of it 2. $200. Who wants them? 200 now. Get them at 2. 200. Start them at 200 now. Get them at 2. 2 to go. Any interest? $200 on that. Get them at 200. Pass on the lot. 3081. Loney here. The framed watercolor here of the Gypsy. Start them at $100 on that. $100. Start them at 100 now. Bit of it 100 to go for the watercolor now. Get them at 100. 100. Anybody want them at 100 now? Bit of it 100. 100 to start. Who wants it now? Give me $100. 100. Any interest at 100 on that? 100 to go. Get them at 100. Pass on that. Lot 3082. Another framed oil here. Take a look at that. Signed Thomas in the lower right here. Start him at $50. 50. Anybody want him at 50? Now get him at 50. $50. Anybody 50 now? Get him at 50. Need 50 to start on that. Get him at 50. $50. Any interest at 50 now? Get him at 50. 50 to go. $50 where? Pass on that. Lot 3083, Klusman on the framed watercolor here. Start at $80. 80 on that now. Get them at 80. 80 where now? Get them at 80. $80 on that. Get them at 80. Anybody want them at 80 on that now? Get them at 80. Start them at $80 on the framed watercolor. 80 to go. Get them at 80. Anybody 80 on that? Get them at 80. Pass on the lot. Lot 3084. Dennison, get a pair of the framed watercolors here. Start them at $100. 100 on that. Get them at 100 for the pair now. Get them at 100. 100. Anybody want them at 100? Start them at $100 on that. $100. Any interest at 100 on that? Get them at 100 to go. Need 100 to start on that. 100 to go. Get them at 100. 100. Any interest at 100 on that? Get them at 100 to go. $100. Pass on the lot. Lot 3085. Preston here. Got the oil on canvas here. Start them at 150 on that. The barn, the sheep scene here. Get them at 150 on that. Get them at 150. 150. 150 on that now. Get them at 150. Who wants them? 150 on that now. Get them at 150. 150. Anyone interested? 150 on that. Get them at 150. Start them at 150. Anybody want them at 150 on that? Get them at 150. Pass on the lot. Lot 3086. Williams. Nell Williams here. Framed oil painting here. Oil on canvas. Start them at $80 on that. Get them at 80. $80 on that now. Get them at 80 to go. $80. Anybody want them at 80 now? Get them at 80. 80 to go. Need 80 to start on that. Canvas board. Actually, oil on canvas board. Start them at 80 on that. 80 to go. Who wants them? $80. Anybody want them at 80 on that? Get them at 80. $80. Pass on the lot. Lot 3087. Got nice framed antique oil painting here. Take a look. What do you got? Start them at $500. Who wants them? 500 on that now. Get them at 5. 5 to go. Get them at 500. Need 500 to start on that. Get them at 500 on that now. It's painted on tin or copper here. At 500 now. Start them at 500 on that. 5 to go. Get them at 500. You want them at 500 on that now. Get them at 5 to go. Get them at 500. Need 500 to start. Anybody? 500? Pass on that. Lot number 3088. Lighten, Lucille Lighten here, framed oil on board, start them at $80 on that. 80 to go. Now get them at 80. It's tiled guardstone here. Get them at 80 on that. Who'll give 80? Anybody? 80 to go on that. Get them at 80. $80. Any interest at $80 on the Lighten here. Get them at $80 on that. Who wants them? 80 to go. Get them at 80. $80. Pass on that. Lot 3089. Got a Charles Lewis engraving here. Start them at 25 on that. 25. Get them at 25. Anybody 25 on that? 25 to go. You want them? 25? 25 to start. Get them at $25. 25 on that. Anybody want them at 25 to go? Get them at 25. 25. Pass on the lot. Lot 3090. Michael Garman Cityscape here. The door window here. Take a look at that. Well, what did he give? Start him at $1,500 on that. $1,500 to go. Now get him at $1,500 on that. Again, need $1,500 to start on that. Get him at $1,500. Anybody want him at $1,500 to go? Get him at $1,500. $1,500. Start him at $1,500 on that. Get him at $1,500. $1,500. $1,500. Any interest at $1,500 to start now? Get him at $1,500 on that. $1,500. Need $1,500 to start. $1,500. Anybody want him at $1,500? Pass on the lot. Lot 1391. Molini here. A nice framed oil. At $750 now. Start them at $750 on that. Get them at $750. $750. Anybody? $750 to go now. Get them at $750. $750 on that now. Get them at $750. Any interest? $750 on that now. For the still life here, get them at $750. $750. $750. What's that? $750. $750. $750. Give me $500 on that. Anybody? Want them at $5 to go. Get them at $500. $500. Anybody? $500 on that. Get them at $5 to go. Get them at $500. $500. Anybody? Want them at $500 on that. Get them at $5 to go. $500. Any interest at $500. Pass on that. Lot 3092 on the Waldor. Framed oil here at $200 on that. Get them at $200. Anybody want them at $200 on that? Get them at $2 to start. $200 on that now. Get them at $200. Anybody want them at $2 to go? Get them at $200. Pass on that. 3093. Got the portrait of a child here. Oil, oil on what? Oil on canvas here. Start them at $500 on that. 5 to go. Anybody? $500 on that. $500. Now get them at $500. You want them at $500 on that now. Get them at 5 to go. Get them at 5. What did he give on that? Give me $300. Anybody want them at 3 to go? Get them at $300. $300 on that. Anybody? 3 to go. Get them at $300. Any interest at $300 now? Get them at 3 to go. Get them at $300. Pass on that. Lot 3094. On the oil on canvas here, take a look here. What did he give on that? Start him at $150. $150. $150 on that. $150 to go now. Get him at $150. Need $150 on that. Get him at $150 to start. Anybody? $150 now. $150. No art buyers today. Get him at $150. $150. Anybody want him at $150 on that now? Get him at $150. Any interest? $150 on that. Get him at $150. Need $150 to start on that. Get him at $150. Pass on the lot. $30.95 on the Strauss framed oil painting here. Oil on canvas. Start them at $100. Give me $100 on the oil on canvas here. $100 to go. Get them at $100. You want them at $100 on that. $100 to go. Anybody? $100 to go now. Get them at $100. $100. Any interest at $100 on that. Get them at $100. Pass on the lot. $30.96. King here. Another framed oil on canvas here. Take a look. $150 on that. $150. Now get them at $150. $150. Anybody? $150 to start on that. Need $150. $150. Any interest at $150 on that. Get them at $150. $150. Any interest? $150. Pass on that. $30.97. Another oil on board here. Take a look at that. 19th century piece. Start at $100 on that. Give me $100 to go. Get them at $100. $100. Unsigned piece here at $100 on that. $100 to go. Anybody want them at $100? Now get them at $100. $100. Any interest at $100 on that? Now get them at $100. $100 to go. Get them at $100. Pass on the lot. $30.98. Shriner oil on board here. Start at $50 on that. $50 for the oil on board. Now get them at $50. $50 on that. Who wants them? $50 to go. Get them at $50. $50. Anybody? $50 to start now. Get them at $50. $50. Any interest at $50? Pass on that. Lot $30.99. Got one star Cherokee oil painting here. What did they give on that? Start them at $150. $150. Anybody? $150 now. Get them at $150. $150. Anybody? $150 on that now. Get them at $150. $150. Need $150 to start on that. Get them at $150. Anybody? $150 on that. Get them at $150. $150. You want them at $150? Pass on that. Lot $3,100. On the belay framed lithograph here, what did he give on that? 20 I've got. 5 to bid, 25 to go. Get him at 25 on that. 25 where now? Get him at 25. 20 to bid. 5 to go now. Get him at 25. Any further bidding? 25 on that. Get him at 25 to go. Get him at $25. $25. Sold him 20 to bidder number 13967. 3101. Got the Tarkay framed lithograph here. Start him at 50 bid. Now 60 on that. 60. You want him at 60 on that now. Signed in pencil here. Get him at 60 on that. 60 to go now. Get him at 60. You got 50. Need 60. $60 on that now. Get him at 60. 60 to go. All in, all done now. Get him at 60. Sold him 50. Bidder number 13967. 3102. Got another belay framed lithograph here. Start him at 20 bid. 5 now. Get him at 25 on that. 25 to go. Get him at 25. Get him at 25 now. Get him at 25. Who wants him? 25 on that now. Get him at 25. 20 bid. 5 to go. Get him at 25. Any further bidding? 25 now. Get him at 25. Anybody else want him at $25? Get him at 25. Sold him 20. Bidder number 13967. 3103. Got a print here. Frame print. Take a look at that. $5. Still live here. Get him at $5 on that. Who wants him? 5 to go. Get him at $5. $5. Any interest? 5 on that. Get him at $5. $5. Anybody want him at 5 to go? Get him at 5 on that. $5. $5. Anybody? $5 on that. Pass on the lot. 3104. Got the dolly here. The framed woodcut here. Take a look at that. What do you got? $100 on that. Get him at $100 to go. Get him at $100 on that. $100. Who wants them? $100. Now get him at $100 to start. $100 on that. Now get him at $100 to go. Framed woodcut. Here, get him at $100. $100. Who wants them? $100 on that now. Get him at $100 to go. Get him at $100. $100. Anybody want him at $100 on that? Start him at $100. Pass on the lot. 3105. Got another one here. At $100, $100 to start. You want them at $100, $100, start them at $100 on that. $100 on the woodcut. Now get them at $100. Anybody want them at $100 on that? Now get them at $100 to go. Bid them at $100, $100, pass on that. 3106. And again, we've got another one here. The framed woodcut, $150 on that. Now get them at $150. $150. Where now? Get them at $150. $150. Anybody $150 to start now? Get them at $150. $150 on that. Get them at $150. $150. Here now $160 to go. Get them at $160. Anybody want them at $160? Now get them at $160. Got $150, need $160. Any further bidding at $160 on that? Get them at $160. Sold at $150. Bidder number 14111. Lot 3107. And another one here. The frame woodcut at $150 now. Bid them at $150 on that. $150 to go. Get them at $150. $150. $150 on that. $150 now. Get them at $150. You want them at $150 on that? Get them at $150. $150. Start them at $150. $150 to go. Get them at $150. Pass on the lot. Lot 3108, got another abstract woodcut here. What did he give on that? $100, $100 to go. Start him at $100 now, bid him at $100. $100. Anybody want him at $100? Now get him at $100 to go. Bid him at $100, $100. Anybody $100 to start now? Need $100 to go on that. $100. Anybody $100 to go? Get him at $100, $100. Pass on the lot. 3109. Peter Max here. Statue of Liberty sculpture. Take a look at that. What do you got? $37.50, need $4,000 on that now. Get him at $4,000 to go. Get him at $4,000. Anybody want him at $4,000 on that now? Get him at $4,000 to go. Got $37.50, need $4,000 now. Get him at $4,000 to go. Any interest? $4,000 now. Get him at $4,000. $4,000. That's a good price right there. Get him at $4,000. Anybody want him at $4,000 to go? Get him at $4,000. Any further bidding? $4,000 now. Get him at $4,000. Last chance, $4,000. Sold him $37.50 to bidder number 940, 3110, Schauffer and Miles. Unframed lithograph here. Take a look at that. What do you got? 20. Start him at 20 for the unframed piece here. Get him at 20 to go. Get him at 20. Anybody want him at 20 to go on that now? Start him at $20. Anybody 20 now? Bid him at 20 to go. Get him at 20. 20 to go. Bid him at 20. $20 on that. Any interest at 20? Pass on that. 3111. Another billet unframed lithograph here. Start him at 20 here, now 5. Get him at 25 on that now. Get him at 25. 25 for the unframed piece. Get him at $25. 25. Get him at 30 on that now. Get him at 30. 30. Who wants him? $30 on that now. Get him at 30 to go. Get him at 30. 30 to go. All in, all done. $30 now. Get him at 30. Last chance. 30 to go. Sold him $25 to bidder number 12628, lot 3112. Another billet unframed print here. Start him at 20 bid. Now 25 on that. Get him at 25. 25 for the print. Now get him at 25. 25 to go. Get him at $25. Who else now? Get him at 25. Any interest? 25 on that. Now get him at 25 to go. Get him at 25. All in, all done. $25. Sold him 20 to bidder number 12628, lot 3113. Tarkay, another print here. Reproduction piece. Start him at 10 bid, 15 on that, $15. Now get him at 15. Got 10, need 15. 15 on that now. Get him at 15. $15. Any further bidding at 15 on that now. Get him at 15 to go. $15. Sold him 10. Bidder number 941, 3114. Another unframed print on paper here. What did he give on that? $10. Start him at 10. 10. Who wants him? 10 to go. Get him at 10 on that now. Bid him at 10 to go. Get him at 10. $10. Any interest? $10 on that now. Get him at 10 to go. Bid him at 10. 10. Any interest at $10 now. Get him at 10 to go. Bid him at 10. Pass on the lot. 3115. Unknown artist here. The unframed G-Clay on paper here. Start him at $20. 20 on that. Get him at 20. 20 to go. Get him at 20. 20. 20 here. 5. Get him at 25 now. Get him at 25. Got 20. Need 25. Get him at 25 on that. 25 to go. Get him at 25. Any further bidding? 25 now. Get him at 25 to go. Get him at $25. Sold him 20. Bidder number 12628, lot 3117. On the Steinovitz here, the unframed lithograph here. What did he give on that? 30 bid. Now 35. Get him at 35 to go. Get him at 35. On the unframed piece here, get him at $35. Got 30. Need 35. Get him at 35 to go. Get him at 35. Any further bidding? 35 now. Get him at $35. Sold him 30. Bidder number 941, 3117. On the unframed seriograph here, start him at 30 on that. 30. 35 I got, now 40. $40 on that. Get him at 40 to go. Get him at 40. $40. Anybody want him at 40 now? Get him at 40 to go. 40 where now? Get him at 40. Anybody want him at 40 on that? 40 to go. Got 35. 40 on that. Get him at 40. All in, all done. 40 right here. And 5 to go now. Get him at 45. 45. 45 to go. Get him at 45. All in, all done now. Get him at $45. 45 where? Sold him 40. Bidder number 14100, lot 3118. Belay, another unframed lithograph here. What do you got? 20, now 5. Do 25 on that. 25 to go here, now 30. 30 to go, now get him at 30. 30, who wants him? $30. I've got 25. Do 30 on that now. Get him at 30. 30 to go, bid him at 30. All in, all done. 30 on that now. Get him at 30. Sold him $25. Bidder number 12628, lot 3119. Steinovitz again here. Unframed estate, authorized print here. Start him at 20, now 5. Get him at 25 on the print now. Get him at 25. 25 where? Get him at 25. You want him at 25 on that now. Get him at 25. 20 bid. 5 to go. Get him at 25. All in, all done. 25 on that now. Get him at 25 to go. Get him at $25. 25. Sold him 20 to bidder number 941, 3120. Got another Steinovitz print here. Take a look at that. Start him at 25. Now 30. 30 on that now. Get him at 30. 30. Hidden back. Now 35. Get him at 35 now. Get him at 35. Who wants him? 35. All in, all done. 35 on that now. Get him at 35 to go. Get him at $35. Sold him 30. Bidder number 941. I had him back there. All right, we'll sell the internet here. What do you got, 30? You go over 35. What did you have? For how much? 30 to 941. 30 to 941. Lot 3120. 3121. No, we're moving on to 3121. All good? Okay, 3121 here. The Perez unsigned serigraph here. Start them at $20. Now 20 here. 5 to 25 to go. Get them at 25. 25. You want them at 25 on that now. 25 bid 30. 30 to go. Now get them at 30. I got 25 in house. Need 30 to go. Get them at 30 and 5. Get them at 35. Now get them at 35. 35. 35 bid 40. 40 to go. Now get them at 40. $40 on that. Now get them at 40. I got 35 in house. Need 40. Now get 40 here. Now 45 to go. Get them at 45 and 50 to go. Get them at 50. $50 on that. Now get them at 50. Got 45 in-house, need 50, $50 on that, get him at 50. Any further bidding at 50 on that now, get him at 50 to go, bid him at 50. Sold him 45, bidder number 202, bidder 202, lot 3122. Got another G-Clay here of the Seine River here. Take a look at that, start him at 20, now 5, bid him at 25, 25 in back, now 30 to go on that, get him at 30, 30 where, now get him at 30, anybody want him at 30 on that, now get him at 30, 30 bid, now 35 to go, 35 and 40 on that, now get him at 40, 40 to go, get him at 40, $40, 35 is in house, need 40 on that, get him at 40, all in, all done, 40 on that, now get him at 40. Sold him 35, bidder 202, bidder 202, 3123. Mademoiselle, unframed lithograph here, start him at $20 on that, get him at 20 now, bid him at 20 on that, get him at 20 to go, 20 in back, now 5, bid 25 to go, get him at 25 on that, 25 to go, get him at 25, who wants him, 25 now, get him at 25, got 20 in back, 5 to go, now get him at $25, all in, all done, 25. Sold him 20 to bidder 202, bidder 202. Lot 3124 here. Another G-Clay on paper here. Start him at $20. 20 bid, 5 to bid, 25 on that. 25 to go. Now get him at 25. 25. Anybody want him at 25? 20's online. 5 to go. Now get him at 25. All in, all done. 25 to go. Get him at $25. Sold him 20 to bidder number 12628, 3125. The Krasinski here, reproduction piece here. How many dollars on that? $10. 10. Start him at 10 on that. 10 where? Now get him at $10. Who wants him? $10 on that. Now get him at 10 to go. Bid him at 10. 10 to go. Get him at 10. $10. 10 to go. Start him at $10. Pass on that. Lot 3126 on the reproduction print here. Take a look here. Give me $10 on that. 10 where? Now get him at 10. 10 to go. Now get him at 10. Need 10 to start on that. 10 to go for the print. Now get him at 10. Anybody want him at $10 on that? Get him at 10 to go. Bid him at 10. 10 to go. Here now 15. $15 on that. Get him at 15. Any further bidding? 15 now. Get him at $15. 15. Was that a bid over there? 15. $15. Anybody want him at 15 to go? $15. Sold him $10. Bidder number 12628. Lot 3127. Here we go. The cartoon characters. Limited edition print here. Take a look at that. Start them at $100. Who wants them? 100 to go on that. Now get him at 100 to go. Bid him at 100. Start him at $100. Who wants them? Now get him at 100. 100 in back now. 10 to go. Get him at 110 on that. 110 to go. Get him at 110. 110. Any further bidding at 110 on that now. Get him at 110 to go. 110. Anybody else? Want him at 110 on that? Get him at 110. 110. Now 120. 120. Want him at 120. 120. No. Get him at 120. Anybody else? Want him at 120 on that? 110 back there. Need 120. Any further bidding? 120. Sold him 110, bidder 202, bidder 202, 3128. Got a reproduction print here. Start him at $10 on that. 10. Start at $10 on that. Get him at 10. Anybody want him at 10 on that? Now get him at 10 to go. Bid him at 10. 10 to go. $10. 10. Start him at 10. Anybody want him at $10? Pass on the lot. 3129 on the unframed serigraph here. At $20, 20 for the serigraph here. Start him at 20 on that now. Get him at 20. 20 to go now. 20 here in 5. Get him at $25. 25 to go. Get him at 25. Got 20. Need 5. Get him at 25 on that. Get him at 25. Anybody else want him at 25 to go? Get him at $25. 25. Sold him 20 to bidder number 12628, 3130. Unframed print here of the Paris Cafe. Start him at $20 on that. Get him at 20 here in 5 to 25 for the print now. Get him at 25. 25. Give me 25 on that. Get him at 25 to go. Get him at 25 on that now. 25 where? Get him at 25. 25. Anybody want him at 25 to go? Get him at 25 now. Get him at 25 to go. Get him at 25. Anybody want him at $25? Get him at 25. Sold him $20. Bidder number 12628, lot 3131, unframed artist here of the print featuring dancers here. Start them at $20. 20 here in 5. Get a 25 on that. 25 now. Get a 25 here. Now 30. 30 on the lot. Get him at 30. 30. Who wants them? 30 to go. Now get him at 30. 25 in house. Need 30 on that. Now get him at 30. 30 to go. Now get him at 30. All in, all done. 30 on that. Now get him at 30 to go. Get him at 30. $30. Sold them 25 to 202, 25 to bidder 202, 31, 32. Got the unframed reproduction Norman Rockwell print, $10, 10 here, 15, 15 now 20, 20 on that, 20 bid, 5 to bid, 25 to go, get him at 25. Now 30, $30 on that, get him at 30. You want him at 30 on that, now get him at 30 to go, get him at 30. Any further bidding? 30 on that, now get him at 30 to go, bid him at 30, $30. Anybody else want him at 30? Now 5, get him at 35 to go, get him at $35, 35. Now 40. $40 on that. You want them at 40? Now 5. 45 to go. Now $50. 50 for the print to go. Get him at 50 on that. 50. Who wants him at 50 now? 50 there. 60 to go. Get him at 60. 60 now. 70 to go. $70 on that. 70. Where now? Get him at 70. You want him at 70 on that now, get him at 70 to go. I've got 60 online, need 70 to go. Now get him at 70, all in, all done. 70 now, 70 to go. Last chance, $70. Sold him 60. The bidder number 12628, lot 3133. Got another one here. Start them at $10. 10, 15, 15, now 20. 20 on that now. 20 bid 5, bid 25. 25 now 30. $30 on that. Get him at 30. You want him at 30 on that. Get him at 30. 25 bid 30 to go. Now get him at 30. $30 now. Bid him at 30 to go. Be careful. 30 to go. Get him at 30 on that now. Get him at 30. $30 on that. Get him at 30 here. 5 bid him at 35 on that. 35 to go now. 40. $40 on that. Get him at 40. 40 bid 5 at a 45 now. $45. You want him at 45 right here. Now 50 to go. $50 on that. 50 bid, 60 to go. $60 on that now. 60 now. $70. 70. Any interest at 70 right here. 80 to go on that now. Get him at 80. $80. $80 now. Get him at 80 on that now. Get him at 80 to go. Get him at 80. 80 to go. Get him at 80. All in, all done. 80 on that now. Get him at 80. 80 here now. 90. $90. Anybody else want him at 90 on that? 90 bid. $100 bill. Get him at 100 on that now. $100 bill. Get him at 100. 100 on that. Give me 100. Anybody else want him at 100 on that now? Get him at 100. 100. All in, all done. 100 to go now. Get him at 100. 90 bid. Need 100. 100. All in, all done. 100 on that. Get him at 100. Sold them 90. The bidder number 942, 3134. Got 3 etchings here, the cartoon characters. Take a look, all one money. Start them at 150. 150, who wants them? 150 on that now, get them at 150. 150 to go. Need 150 to start now, get them at 150. 150 on that now, get them at 150. 150, where now? Get them at 150. 150? I need 150. No, I need 150. 150 on that. Get him at 150. 150. Anybody 150 on that now? Get him at 150. 150. 150. Need 150 to start on that. Get him at 150. 150. Anybody want him at 150? 150. Any interest? 150 on that. Get him at 150. Pass on the lot. Lot 3135, Krasinski again here at on the seriograph. Start him at 100 on that now. Get him at 100 to go. Get him at 100. $100. Anybody want him at 100 on that now? Get him at 100. 100. Anybody 100 on that now? Get him at 100. Give me 100 on that. 100 to start. Need 100. Anybody want him at 100 on that now? Get him at 100. 100. Any interest at 100 on that? Get him at 100. 100 to go. Pass on that. Lot 3136. Got another one here. The Steinovitz here on the serial lithograph here. $80 on that. At 80 on that now. Bid him at 80 to go. Get him at 80. 80. Anybody want him at 80? Now get him at 80. 80 to go. Bid him at 80. $80. Start him at $80 on that. Get him at 80. Anybody want him at 80 now? Bid him at 80 to go. Pass on the lot. Lot 3137. Tim Yank on the frame lithograph here. 150 on that. 150. 150 I've got. 160 now. Get him at 160. Anybody want him at 160 on that now? Get him at 160. Anybody else? 160. Got 150. Need 160. 160 on that now. Get him at 160. All in, all done. 160 now. Get him at 160. Sold him 150. Bidder number 943, 3138. On the Steinovitz again here. On the serial lithograph, $80. Start him at 80 on that. 80. Where now? Bid him at 80. 80. Give me 80 on that now. Get him at 80 to go. $80. You want him at 80. Now get him at 80. 80. Need 80 to start on that. Get him at 80. 80 to go. Bid him at 80. $80. Anybody want him at 80? Pass on that. $31.39 on the framed artist proof here. Take a look at that. $80 on that. 80. Who wants them? 80 to go. Get them at 80. Need 80 on that. Start them at $80 for the artist proof here. $80 on that. $80. Anybody want them at 80? Need 80 on that. Get them at 80. Any interest? $80. Get them at 80. 80 right here. Now 90. 90 to go. Get them at 90. Anybody else want them at 90 on that? 80 bid. 90 to go. Get them at 90. All in, all done. Now get them at 90. Sold them 80 to bidder number 941, 3140. Tim Yank, another one here. The framed lithograph here. Start them at 150, 150, 160, 160 on that now. 160 to go. Get them at 160. Who'll give 160 on that now? Get them at 160. I've got 150. Need 160. 160 on that. Get them at 160. All in, all done. 160 on that now. Get them at 160. Last chance. 160. Sold at 150. Bidder number 943, 3141 on the Steinwitz again here. The serigraph, start them at $80. 80 to go, $80. Need 80 on that. Get them at 80 to start. 80. Who wants them? 80 to go now. Get them at 80. 80 to go on that now. Get them at 80. $80 where? Get them at 80. 80. Start them at 80. Who wants them? $80 on that. Get them at 80 to go. Get them at 80. 80 to go. Pass on the lot. 3142 on the frame serigraph here at 150, 150. Anybody? 150 to start on that. 150. Where? Get them at 150. Give me 150. You want them at 150 on that? Get them at 150 to go. 150. Need 150. 150. Any interest at 150? Pass on the lot. 3143. Daniel Wall, frame Giclée here on canvas here. Start them at 150. I've got 160. Need 170. 170 in house. 180 on that now. Get them at 180. 180 where now? Get them at 180. 180. 190. Want them at 190. 190 bid 200 now. Get them at 2 to go. Get them at 200. 200 to go on that. Get them at 2. 200 bid. 2 and a quarter. 2 and a quarter. Get them at 225 on that. 225. 225 I got. Now 250. Now get them at 250 on that. Get them at 250. Anybody else want them at 250? Got 2 and a quarter in house. Need 250. 250 bid. 275. 275 on that. Anybody else want them at 275 to go? Get them at 275. All in, all done. 275. Last chance on that. Get them at 275. Sold them 250. Bidder number 945, 3144. Got the Peter Max here. Framed acrylic painting here. What do you got? 750. Give me 800. Now get them at 8 to go on that. 800 for the Peter Max. Now get them at 800. $800. Who wants them? 800 there. 50. Now get them at 850. 850 to go now. Get them at 850 on that. 850. Now 900 on that. Get them at 9 to go. Get them at 900 for the Peter Max. Get them at 900. Who wants them? 900 on that. Now get them at 9 to go. Get them at 900. 850 bid. 900 on that. Now get them at 900. Any further bidding? 9 to go. Get them at $900. Sold them 850. Bidder number 946. A lot 3145. The Daniel Wall here. Another frame Giclée here. Start him at 150. 150 bid. 160 on that. Get him at 160. 160 in back. 170 now. Get him at 170. Who'll give 170 on that? 170 to go. 170 I've got. 180. Want him at 180 now. 190. 190 for the lot to go. Get him at 190. Want him at 190 here now. 2 to go. Get him at 200. 200 on that now. Get him at 2 to go. Get him at 200. You want him at 200. 200 bid. Now 225 on that. 225 to go. Get him at 225. 225 250 on that. Get him at 250. Any further bidding at 250 now. Get him at 250. All in, all done. 250. Sold him 2 and a quarter to bidder number 945. Lot 3146. The McKinson Productions framed piece here. Take a look at that. How many dollars? Start them at $50. 50. You want them at 50? $50 now. Get them at 50. $50 on that. Start them at 50. Need 50 for the framed image here. Get them at 50 on that. $50 here. Get them at 50 here now. 60. $60. You want them at 60 on that. 60 to go. Who wants them? 60 on that now. Get them at 60. 60 to go. Get them at 60. Got 50. Need 60. 60 on that. Any further bidding at 60? Sold them 50 to bidder number 14111. Lot 3147. Another frame serigraph here. Start them at $80 on that. 80 bid. Now 90. 90. Give me 90 on that. 90 to go. Get them at 90. Anybody want them at 90 now? Bid them at 90 to go. 90 where? Get them at 90. You want them at 90? Now get them at 90. 90 to go. Get them at 90. Any interest? At 90 now. Bid them at 90. All in, all done. 90 now. Get them at 90 to go. Bid them at 90. Sold them $80. Bidder number 14101, lot number 3148. Peter Max again, the framed acrylic on canvas here. What do you got? Start him at 4,000 on that. 4,000 to go. Get him at 4,000 on that. 4,000. Need 4,000 to start on that. Get him at 4,000. Anybody want him at 4,000 on that now? Get him at 4 to go. Get him at 4,000 for Peter Max here. Get him at 4,000. 4,000. Need 4,000 to start on that. Anybody want him at 4 to start? Get him at 4,000. 4,000. Any interest at $4,000. Pass on the lot. Lot 3149, Peter Max again. Add $1,000 on that. Give me 1,000 to start. 1,000 I got. 1,100 now. Get him at 1,100. 11 to go on that now. Bid him at 11 to go. 1,100 bid. 1,200 now. Now 1,300. 13 on that now. Get him at 1,300. $1,300. Who wants him? 13 to go. Get him at 1,300. Any interest at 13 and back. Now 1,400. Now get him at 14 to go. Get him at 1,400. 1,400 on that. Anybody else want him at 1,400? I got 1,300 in house. 1,400 to go now. Get him at 1,400. Anybody want him at 14 to go? Get him at 1,400. Sold him 1,300. Bidder 202. Bidder 202. 3,150. Tin Yank here on the G Clay on canvas here. $300. Start him at 300. Now a quarter. Get him at 325 on that. 325. Get him at 325. I got 300 here. 25 to go. Get him at 325. Who else now? Get him at 325 on that. 325 to go. 325. Any further bidding? 325 now. Get him at 325. All in, all done on that. Get him at 325. Last chance. Give me 325. Sold him 300 to bidder number 943, lot 3151 on the Tarkay here, the frame serigraph. $70, 70. Start him at 70 on that. 70 where now? Get him at 70. You want him at 70 to start now. $70 on that. Get him at 70 to go. 70. Any interest at $70 now? Get him at 70. Need 70 to start on that. $70. Anybody want him at 70 on that? Get him at 70. 70 to go. Pass on the lot. Lot 3152. Another Krasnansky here on the serigraph. What do you got? 50, bid 60. Now get him at 60 on that. Who gives 60? Got 50. Need 60 on that. 60, bid 70 to go. Now get him at 70. Anybody else want him at 70 on that? Now get him at 70 to go. 70. 60's the bid. 70 to go on that. Now get him at 70. Any interest? 70 on that. Now get him at 70 to go. Bid him at 70. All in, all done. Now get him at 70. Sold him 60 to bidder number 948, 3153. Unknown artist here, the signed serigraph, $50 on that. 50 to go. Nice frame piece here, $50 on that. $50 to go. Get him at 50. Need 50 to start. Who wants him? $50 on that. Get him at 50. $50 on that. Now get him at 50 to go. Get him at 50. You want him at 50? $50. 50 to go. Pass on that. Lot 3154, another unknown artist here, $50 on that. 50. Start him at 50 on the frame print piece here. Get him at 50. Give me $50 on that. Who wants him? 50 to go. Get him at 50. $50. Anybody want him at 50? Pass on that. 3155. Got another one here. $50 on that. Get him at 50. You want him at 50 now? $50. 50. Start him at 50 for the frame piece here. $50. Anybody 50? Pass on the lot. 3156. Got a reproduction print on board here. $10. Anybody? 10 to go on that. Get him at 10 to go. Bid him at 10. $10. Give me 10. 10 to go. Get him at 10. $10. Anybody? 10 on that. Pass on that. 3157. Got another one here. The paper glued to canvas here. Start him at $5. 5 here. 10 now. Get him at 10. 10 on that now. Get him at 10 to go. Get him at 10. I've got 5. Need 10. Anybody else want him at $10 on that? Get him at 10. Sold him $5. Bidder number 12215, 3158. Unknown artist here, the framed lithograph here. $50 on that. 50. Now 60. 60 for the lot now. Get him at 60 on that. $60 to go now. Get him at 60. Give me 60. Anybody want him at 60 now? Bid him at 60. 60 to go. Any interest at 60 now for the frame piece here. Now get him at 60. All in, all done. 60. Sold him 50. Bidder number 9971, 3159. Another frame serigraph here. This one's titled Dream. Take a look at that. $70 on that. Give me 70. 70. Who wants them? 70 on that now. Get him at 70 to go. Need 70 to start on that. Anybody? 70 to go. $70. Any interest at 70 to go on that now. Get him at 70 to go. 70 to start. Who wants them? $70. Pass on that. 3160. Tarkay, another one here. Print on paper. $30. 30 on that. Now get him at 30. Start him at 30. Now get him at 30. The seated woman here. $30. Who wants him? 30. Start him at 30. 30 to go on that. Now get him at 30. $30 where? Get him at 30. You want him at 30. 30 to go. Get him at 30. Pass on the lot. 3161. Unknown artist here. Another framed lithograph here. $50 on that. 50 bid 60. 60. Now get him at 60 for the lithograph. Now get him at 60. Anybody want him at 60 on that? I've got 50. Need 60. $60 now. Get him at 60. Who wants him? $60. Now get him at 60. Anybody want him at 60? Sold him $50. Bidder number 949, 3162. Got the print in an oval frame here. Start them at $10. 10 here, 15 on that now. Get them at 15. $15. Any interest? 15 on that. I've got 10, 15, now 20. 20 to go. Anybody else want them at 20? Sold them 15. Bidder number 408, is it? Bidder 408. Lot 3163. Peter Max again here. Framed acrylic on lithograph here. Start them at 550. Now get him at 550 and 6 to go. Get him at 600 on that. 600. Where? Get him at 600. 6 in. Is that a bid? 600, 650 now. Get him at 650 and 700 to go now. At 7 bids, 750 on that now. Get him at 750. Need 750. Want him at 750. 800 to go now. Get him at 8. $800 on that now. Get him at 8 to go. Get him at 8. 750's in house. 800 on that now. Get him at 8 to go. Get him at 8. 800. You want him at 800 on that now. Get him at 8 to go. Get him at 8. 8 to go. Get him at 800. Any further bidding? 800 now. Get him at 8 to go. Get him at 800. Sold them 750 to 202, bidder 202, lot 3164. Another frame clay here on canvas. Take a look at that. Start them at $30 on that. $30. Anybody want them at 30 on that now? Get them at 30. 30 to start. Who wants them? $30. Anybody want them at 30 now? Get them at 30 to go. $30 on that. Any interest? 30 to go. Need 30 to start. Anybody want them at 30? Pass on that. Lot 3165 on the River Tigris here. Thomas Caldwell here. Take a look at that. Couple of sketches. What do you give? Start them at 50. 50. Anybody want them at 50 on that now? Get them at 50 to go. $50 where now? Get them at 50. You want them at 50 now. Get them at 50. Need 50 to start on that. Get them at 50. Need 50. $50. Pass on the lot. 3166 Peter Max again on the frame piece. What do you got? 1,500. Start him at 1,500 for the Peter Max. Now get him at 1,500. Who wants him? 1,500 on that. Get him at 15 to go. Get him at 1,500. Anybody want him at 1,500? Need 1,500 to start. Anybody want him at 1,500? 1,500. 1,500 to go. Get him at 1,500. Pass on that. Lot 3167 on the Krasnansky here, frame serigraph. $100 on that. 100. Give me 100 right here. Now 10. 110 on that. 110 now. 10 bid 20. 120. 120 on that now. Get him at 120. 120. Anybody else 120 on that now? Get him at 120. 120 to go. Got 110. Need 120. 120. Anybody 120 on that? Get him at 120. Sold him 110. Bidder number 948, 3168. Daniel Wall here. Another frame clay here. Start him at 150 on that. 170 I've got. 180 on that now. Get him at 180. I got 180 in house. Need 190 on that. Get him at 190. 190 here now. 200 to go. 2 bid. Quarter to go. Get him at 2 1/4. Now 250. 250. Want him at 250 on that. 250's online. 275 to go. Get him at 275. 275 on that now. 275 to go. Any further bidding? 275. Get him at 275. All in, all done. 275 right here. Now 300 to go. Get him at $300. Anybody want him at 3 to go? Get him at 300. 300 bid. 3 1/4 now. Get him at 3 1/4. Who wants him? 3 1/4 on that. Get him at 3 1/4. Any further bidding? 3 1/4 now. Get him at 3 1/4. Last chance on that. Get him at 3 1/4. Sold him 300. Bidder number 945, 3169. Tim Yank again on the G Clay here. Take a look at that. I got Cocapelli in there. How about $200? 200 to go. Get him at 200 here. 2 1/4 now. Get him at 2 1/4 on that. 2 1/4. Who wants him? 2 1/4 now. Get him at 225. Got 200. 2 1/4 now. Get him at 225 on that. 225. Any interest at 225 now? Get him at 225. Anybody else want him at 225? Sold him 200. The bidder number 940, 3170. Jim Warren on the frame painting here. 1,500 on that. 15. Start him at $1,500. You want him at 15 to go? Get him at 1,500. Who wants him? 1,500 on that. Now get him at 1,500. Need 1,500 to start. Anybody want him at 1,500? 1,500. 15 to start. 1,500 on that. Now get him at 1,500. Any interest at $1,500 on that? Get him at 1,500. 15 to go. Pass on the lot. 3173 Krasnansky here. Another frame clay. $100 on that. 100. Start him at 100 on that now. Bid him at 100 to go. $100. Give me 100. 100 for the lot now. Get him at $100 on that. 100 to go. Get him at 100. Any interest at $100 on that now. Get him at 100 to go. Bid him at 100. 100 here. 10 now. Get him at 110 to go. 110 to go. Now get him at 110 on that. 110 now. Bid him at 110. 110. Any interest at 110 to go. Get him at 110. Anybody else? $110. Sold him $100 to bidder number 950, 3172. We got W.L. Wilson here, the framed oil on, the framed oil painting here. Start him at $100 on that. Get him at 100. 100 to go. Get him at 100. Who wants him? $100 on that. Start him at 100 to go. Get him at 100 on the oil painting here. $100 on that. Get him at 100. 100. Anybody 100 to go now? Bid him at 100. Need 100 to start on that. 100 to go. Get him at 100. Pass on the lot. 3173. Catherine Hines here on the framed watercolor here. Start him at 25. 25 on that. Get him at 25 to go. $25 on that. Now get him at 25. Who wants him? 25 to go. Get him at 25. 25. Anybody want him at 25 on that now? Get him at 25 to go. Start him at 25. Who wants him? 25. Any interest? 25. Pass on the lot. 3174. Ida Tigwell here. Take the pastel here. Nice frame still life. What did he give on that? Start him at 25. It'll be 25 now. 25 on that. Get him at 25. 25. Start him at 25. On the frame piece here. Get him at 25 on that. 25. Where now? Get him at $25. 25. Need 25 to start on that. 25. Any interest? 25 to go. Get him at $25. Pass on that. 3175 on the another pastel painting here. Nice frame piece here. Start him at 25 on that. 25. 30 I've got. Now 5. I've been 35 on that. 35 to go. Get him at 35. 35. Anybody want him at 35 on that? 35 to go. Get him at 35. 35. Any interest? 35 to go on that. Get him at 35 to go. Get him at $35. Sold him $30. Bidder number 951, 3176, and Cochran here. The Brooklyn Bridge, nice frame piece here. The screen painting here, 25 on that, 25 to go. Get him at 25. Give me 25 here. Now 30 on that. Who else now? Get him at 30. 30 to go on that now. Get him at 30 for the Brooklyn Bridge. Get him at 30. Any further bidding at 30? Sold him $25. Bidder 500. Bidder 500 to go. Lot 3177. Got the Chinese watercolor here. Give me 150 on that. 150 to go. Get him at 150. 150 where now? Get him at 150 on that. 150 to go. Get him at 150. Need 150. 150 to start on that. 150 where now? Get him at 150. Who wants him? 150 on that. Get him at 150. 150. 150. Pass on that. 3178. Got a couple of reproduction Andrew Wyeth prints here. You get them both. Start them at $5. $5. Who wants them? 5 bid. 10 now. Get him at 10. $10. Anybody else want him at 10 on that now? Get him at 10 to go. Bid him at 10. $10. Sold him $5. Bidder 500 is it? Bidder 500. Lot number 3179. A couple of Japanese wood blocks here. The Kabuki actors. Start him at 80 for the pair to go. Get him at 80 on that. $80 where now? Get him at 80 on the wood blocks here. Get him at 80. $80 where? Get him at 80. You'll want him at 80 on that. Need 80 to start on that. Get him at 80. $80. Who wants him? 80 to go. Bid him at 80. 80 to go now. Get him at 80 on that. $80 where? $80. Pass on that. Lot 3180 here. Got the pawpaw shell, the trumpet shell here. Take a look at that. Well, start him at 250 on that. 250. You want him at 250? Need 250 to start on that. 250 to go. Get him at 250 for the shell here. Get him at 250. Who wants him? 250 on that. Need 250 to start on that. Get him at 250. 250. Any interest? At 250 to go on that. Get him at 250. Pass on the lot. Lot 3181. Got the nice metal sculpture here. The parrot. $100 on that. 100 here. 10 now. Get him at 110 on that. 110 now. 110 to go. Get him at 110. Got 100 bid. Need 10 to go. Get him at 110 on that. 110 now. Bid him at 110. 110. Any further bidding? Got 110 on that now. Get him at 110 to go. 110 on that now. Get him at 110. Anybody else? Want him at 110 now? Bid him at 110 to go. $110. Sold him $100 to bidder number 952, 3182. Got the Frederick Remington, the Buffalo Signal sculpture here. What a beautiful bronze that is. Start them at 250, 275. I got 300 here. 3 1/4, 3 1/4. You want them at 3 1/4? 350 with me. 375, 400. I got 4 1/4, 4 1/4 bid. 450 on that now. Get them at 450, 450 now. Get them at 450 on that. Who else now? Get them at 450, 450. Got 4 1/4 in house. Need 450, 450 on that. Any further bidding at 450 now? Get them at 450, 450. Anybody else? 450. Sold them 425, bidder 416, 416. Lot number 3183, got a marble statue here. The girl carrying the mandolin, start him at 200 on that. 200 to go, get him at 2 now, bid him at 2 to go. Get him at 200 on the statue, 200 on that. Who'll give 200 now? Get him at 2 to go, get him at $200. Anybody want him at 200 now? Bid him at 2 to go, get him at 200. Start him at $200 on that. Get him at 2 to go, get him at 200. Any interest? At 200 on that, get him at 2 to go, get him at 200. Pass on the lot. 3184 on the another antique bronze sculpture here. Take a look at that on the Picao at 300 on that. Start him at 425, 450. Now get him at 450, 75. Get him at 475 on that. Now 500 to go. Get him at 500, 5 bid 50, 550. That's okay. 500. Who'll give 500 on that now? Now 50. 550 to go. Get him at 550 on that. 550. Who wants him? 550. Now get him at 550. 550. Now 6 to go. Get him at 600 on that. Now get him at 6 to go. Get him at 6. 600. 600 on that. Now get him at 6 to go. 600 and 50 now. Get him at 650. 650 on that. Now get him at 650 and 700 now. Get him at 7 to go. Get him at 7. 700. 700 on that now. 750 to go. Get him at 750. 750. 800 now. Get him at 8 to go. Get him at 8. 800 on that now. Get him at 8 to go. Get him at $800 on that. You want him at 8 to go? Get him at 800. 800 now. Get him at 8 to go. Get him at 8. 800. You want him at 8 on that? 850 now. Get him at 850 and 900 now. Get him at 9 to go. Get him at 900 on that. $900 on that. You want him at 9 to go? Get him at 900. 900 on that. Who wants them? 900 now. Get him at 9 to go. Get him at 9 to go. Get him at $900. 900. Any further bidding at 900 now. Get him at 9 to go on that. Get him at 900. All in, all done on that. Get him at 9 to go. Get him at 900. Need 900 on that. Not quite there yet. Need 900. Anybody want him at 900? 9 to go. Get him at 900. Almost there. Need 900. Anybody want him at 900? Pass on the lot. 3185. Got a pair of the bronze sculptures here. Take a look at that for the pair to go. Start him at 300. You want him at 3 1/4 now? Get him at 3 1/4 now. Get him at 325. 325 on that. 325. Get him at 350. 350. 350. 75. Get him at 375 now. Get him at 375. 375. 375. 400 now. Get him at 4. 4 to go. 4 there. 4 1/4. Now get him at 425. 425. 450. 475 now. Get him at 475. Give me 500 on that. Get him at 550 now. Get him at 550 now. 600 to go. Get him at 6 and 650 for the pair to go. 650. 700 now. Get him at 7. 7 there. 750 to go. 750 on that. 750. 800. 850. 850. 900 to go now. 900 bid 50. 950 on that now. Get him at 950. 950. You want him at 950. 900's online. 50 to go now. Get him at 950. 950. Anybody want him at 950 on that now? Get him at 950 to go. Get him at 950. 950. All in, all done. 950 on that. Get him at 950. Sold him 900. Bidder number 954. Lot 3186. Got the plaster sculpture here. 2 children here. Henneke at $50. 50 to start. Now get him at 50 on that. 50. Where? Now get him at 50. You want him at 50 on that. 50 to start. Now get him at 50 on that. $50 on that. Get him at 50. Who wants him? 50 to go. Get him at 50. Need 50 to start on that. Get him at 50. $50. Anybody want him at 50 now? Get him at 50 on that. 50. Where? Now get him at 50. Pass on that. 3187. On the Yadro here, the porcelain dove at $50. On the Yadro now, get him at 50 on that. 50 to go, get him at 50. Who wants him? 50 to go, get him at 50. $50. Need 50 to start on that. Get him at 50. Anybody want him at 50 for the Yadro here? Get him at 50 on that. $50. You know if we have a box for this? 50 here. 60 to go on that now. Get him at 60. $60 on that. Get him at 60. $60. Do you know if we have a box for that? $60 on that. Get him at 60. 50's in-house. Need 60 on that. Get him at 60. Any further bidding at 60? Sold him 50 to bidder 500, 50 to bidder 500. Lot number 3188. Another Yadro here. The lady draped in a cape here. Start him at 200 on that. 200 to go. Who wants him? 200 now. Get him at 2 to go. Get him at 200. $200 on that now. Get him at 2. 2 to go. Get him at 200. Anybody want him at 200 to start? Need 200 to start on that. Get him at 2 to go. Get him at 200. 200. Who wants him? 200 now. Get him at 2 to go. Get him at 200. 200. Any interest? At 200 to start now. Get him at 2 to go. Get him at 2. 200. 200. On the Yadro now. Get him at 200. Pass on that. Lot number 3189. Yadro again. The boy and girl. Start him at 50. $50 here. 60 to go now. Get him at 60 on that. $60 to go. Get him at 60. 60 where now? Get him at 60. Anybody want him at 60 now? Get him at 60 to go. Get him at 60. $60. Anybody else want him at 60? I got 50. Need 60. $60. Anybody want him at 60? Sold him 50 to bidder number 14032. Lot 3190. Royal Dalton and the Mimosa. You get them both. The porcelain figures. All one money. Start him at $50 on that. Get him at 50. 50. Who wants him? 50 to go on that now. Get him at 50. 50. Start him at 50. You get them both now. $50 on that now. Get him at 50 to go. Get him at 50. $50. Anybody want him at 50? Now get him at 50. Start him at 50 for the lot here. Get him at 50. Any interest at $50. Pass on that. 3191. Here we go on the Michael Roach Bronze here, floor traders. That's a neat piece right there. What do you got? $1,000 on that. Start up at 1,000 on that. Anybody want to bid 1,000? Now bid a bit 1,000. Now get a bit 1,000. Need 1,000 to start on that. Who'll give 1,000? Now get a bit 1,000 on that. Now bid a bit 1,000 to go. 1,000 where? Need 1,000 on that. Get a bit 1,000. 1,000. Anybody want to bid 1,000 on that? Now get a bit 1,000 to go. 1,000. Any interest? And 1,000 to start. 1,000 where? Now get a bit 1,000. Pass on that. 31.92. Got a couple of bisque figures here. Nice pair. What did he give? How about $20 on that? 20. Start him at 20 for the figures now. Get him at 20 on that. 20 where now? Get him at 20. You want him at 20 on that now. Get him at 20 to go. $20. Anybody want him at 20? Now get him at 20. Need 20 to start for both of them now. Get him at 20. Anybody want him at 20? You get them both now. Get him at 20. Any interest at 20 on that? Get him at 20. Pass on that. Lot 31.93. Another Yadro here. The boy. Nice porcelain figure here. This one has no box. $50 on that. Get him at 50. 50 to go. Get him at 50 on that. 50. Where now? Get him at 50. $50. Anybody start him at 50 on that now? Get him at 50 to go. Get him at 50. 50. Any interest? 50. Need 50 to start on that. Get him at 50. On the Yadro here. Get him at 50 on that. $50. Where now? Get him at 50. Anybody want him at 50? Pass on that. Lot number 31.94. Another hand-painted porcelain piece here. Start them at $50. 50. Anybody want them at 50 on that? For the hand-painted porcelain, $50 on that now. Get them at 50. Anybody want them at 50 on that? Start them at $50. Get them at 50 on that now. Get them at 50. 50. Start them at 50. Who wants them? $50. Anybody? 50 now. Get them at 50. 50 to go. Get them at $50 on that. Start them at 50. Pass on that. 3,200 here. We got the Japanese cloisonne vase here. What a beauty there. Take a look at that. Give me $100. 100. Start them at 100 on the vase now. Get them at 100 on that. $100 on the cloisonne here. Get them at $100 on that. 100 to go. Give me 100. 100. Anybody want them at 100 on that now? Get them at 100 to go. Get them at 100. 100 on the vase now. Need 100 to start on that. Get them at 100. You want them at 100? 100. Any interest at 100 on that now? Get them at 100. Pass on the lot. 3201. Got another cloisonne vase here. Nice Japanese piece at $80. 80 bid, 90, 90. Here, $100 bill. Get him at 100, 100 here. 10 now. Get him at 110, 10 then 120 now, 130 to go. 130 and 140. 140 for the base now. Get him at 140 on that. Who give 140 now? Get him at 140, 140. Got 130. Need 140, 140 on that now. Get him at 140 to go. Anybody else? Want him at 140 now. Get him at 140, 140. Any further bidding at 140 on that now. Get him at 140 to go. Get him at 140. All in, all done. 140. Sold at 130. Bidder number 7088. Lot 3202. Got a pair of the Japanese porcelain vases here. You get them both. Give me 150. 150 for the pair to go. Get them at 150 on that. 150. Who wants them? 150. 150. Anybody 150 on that? Get them at 150. 150 to go. Get them at 150 for the pair of them now. Get them at 150 to start. Who wants them? 150 on that. Get them at 150. 150. Anybody want them at 150 on that? Get them at 150. 150. Any interest at 150? Pass on the lot. Lot 3203. Got another cloisonne vase here. Start him at 200 on that too. Start him at 375 here. Now 400 to go. Get him at 400 on the base to go. Get him at 400 now. Bid him at 4 to go. Get him at 400. 375 is the bid. Need 400. 400 on that now. Get him at 4 to go. Get him at 4. 400. Anybody else want him at 400 on that? Get him at 4 to go. Bid him at 4. 4 to go. Get him at 400. Any interest at 400 now? Get him at 4. All in, all done. 400. Sold him 375 to bidder number 7088. Lot 3204. Japanese art pottery here. Nice signed piece here. Start him at 300. 300 for the base now. Get him at 300 on that. Who'll give 300 to start now? Get him at 3 to go. 300 where now? Get him at 3. 3 to go. Get him at 300. Anybody want him at 3 to start now? Get him at 300. 300. Any interest at $300 on that now? Get him at 3 to go. Get him at 3 for the base now. Get him at 300. Pass on that. 3205. Got another Asian cloisonne vase here. Start him at 150 on that. 150 for the base now. Get him at 150. 150 on that. Give me 150. 150. Anybody? 150 on that. 150 to go. Get him at 150 now. Get him at 150. Need 150 to start on that. 150. Who wants him? 150. 150. 150 to go. Get him at 150. Pass on that. Lot number 3206. Got another Japanese cloisonne here. $100 on that. 100 here. 10 now. Get him at 110. 110. 110 now. Get him at 110. Got 100. Need 10. 110 for the base now. Get him at 110. Who'll give 110 on that? Give me 110. Here. 110 bid. 20 now. 120 and a 130 now. Get him at 130. 130. You want him at 130 on that now. Get him at 130 to go. 130 where now? Get him at 130. 130. You want him at 130. 130 to go now. Get him at 130. All in, all done. 130 now. Get him at 130. Sold him 120 to bidder number 956. Lot 3207. Got another Japanese cloisonne piece here. 150 on that. 150. Give me 150. 150 to start. You want them at 150? 150 on that now. Get them at 150. 150 on that. Get them at 150. 150. Anybody want them at 150 on that? Get them at 150. 150. Anybody want them at 150? 150, need 150 to start on that. Give it 150, pass on the lot. 3208, Japanese porcelain vase here with markings on it. Take a look at that, $15. 40 bid, 5 to 45 now, 45 for the base now, get him at 45. Who'll give 45 on that? Get him at 45. Anybody? 45 now, get him at 45. 40's the bid, 5 to go now, get him at 45. Any interest at 45 on that now, get him at 45, 45, all in, all done now, get him at $45. Sold him 40 to bidder number 957, 3209. Got another Japanese cloisonne vase here. This one's artist signed here. Start him at 200 on that. 325, 225. It'll be 250 on that now. Get him at 250 now. 275, 275 on the base now. Get him at 275, 275 now. Get him at 275. Got 250 online here. 275 to go. Now get him at 275 on the base now. Get him at 275. Any further bidding? 275 on that now. Any interest? 275. Give me 275 on that. 275 to go. $275. Sold him 250. Bidder number 7088, lot 3210. Got the cloisonne plate here. Antique Japanese piece. Start them at 150. 150 on the plate now. Get them at 150. 150. Anybody 150 on that now? 150 where? Need 150 to start on that. Get them at 150. 150. Who wants them at 150 on that now? Get them at 150. 150 to go. Get them at 150. 150. Need 150. Any interest? 150. Pass on the lot. 3211. On the pair of the mid-century cloisonne vases here. Start them at 25. 25 for the pair now. Get him at 25. You want him at 25 on that. Need 25 to start for the pair to go. Get him at 25. Anybody want him at 25 on that? 25 to go. Get him at 25. Anybody 25? Give me 25 to start. 25. Any interest? $25. Pass on that. 3212. Got the Champlavet bowl here. Nice Chinese piece here. 25 on that. 25. 25. 25. Anybody 25 on that? 25. Need 25 to start on that. Get him at 25. 25. Any interest? 25 for the bowl here. Get him at $25. Who wants them? 25. 25. Pass on the lot. 3213. On the Japanese footed bowl here, or footed plate rather, at $50. 50 on the plate now. Get him at 50 on that. 50. Where now? Get him at 50. Who wants them? $50. 50 to start now. Get him at 50. $50 on that. Need 50 to start. $50 where now? Get him at 50. You want him at 50 on that. 50 to go now. Get him at 50. $50. Any interest? 50 on that now. Get him at 50 to go. Get him at 50. Pass on the plate. Lot 3214. Got another 20th century Chinese Champlavet vase. Been electrified here into a lamp. Start them at $80. 80 to go. Get them at 80 on that. $80. Anybody want them at 80? $80. 80 for the lamp now. Get them at 80 on that now. Get them at 80. $80. How much? I need 80. $80 on that. Get them at 80. 80 here. Now 90 to go. Get him at 90 on that. 90 now. Get him at 90. Who'll give 90 now? Get him at 90. 90 to go. Anybody else want him at 90? Sold him 80 to bidder 445. 80 to bidder 445. Lot 3215. Got another cloisonne vase. Cloisonne over copper here. Give me $100 on that. 100 here. 10. 110 to go. Get him at 110 on that. 110 where now? Get him at 110. 110. Anybody 110 on that now? Get him at 110 to go. 110 on that now. Get him at 110. 110. Anybody else? 110 on that now. Get him at 110 to go. Get him at 110. Anybody want him at 110 on that? 110 to go. Got 100. Need 10. Anybody else 110? Sold him $100. Bidder number 957. Lot 3216. Got the vase on copper here. Artist signed piece here. What did he give on that? Start him at 750. 750 on that. Need 750 to go now. Get him at 750 on that. 750 to go. Get him at 750 on that. Need 750. Who wants him? 750. Anybody want him at 750 on that now? Get him at 750. 750 to start. Who wants him? 750. Anybody want him at 750? Pass on the lot. Lot 3217. Another Chinese cloisonne vase here. Start him at 150 on that. 150. 150 on that now. Get him at 150. 150 on the vase now. Get him at 150 on that. Who wants him? 150 now. Get him at 150. 150. 150 to start on that. 150 to go. Get him at 150. 150. Want him at 150 on that. Get him at 150. Pass on the lot. 3218. Got a Japanese Imperial style cloisonne vase here. What a beauty. Start them at 1500. 1500. You want them at 15? Start them at 1500 on that. Need 1500 to start. Get them at 1500. Anybody want them at 15 to go? Get them at 1500. Need 1500 to start on that. Get them at 1500. Anybody want them at 1500? Pass on the lot. Lot 3219. Got a cloisonne plate here. Japanese piece. Start them at 750 on that. 750. Want them at 750. Give me 750 on that. 750. 750. 750 to start on that. Get them at 750. Who'll give 750 on that? Get them at 750. Anybody want them at 750 on that? Get them at 750. Pass on that. Pardon? We have 3220 here. 3220. Got the cloisonne plate here. Start them at 400 on that. Get them at 4 to go. Get them at 400. Who wants them? 400 to go. Get them at 4. Need 400 to start on that now. Get them at 4 to go. Get them at 4. $400. Anybody? Start them at 400 on that. Get them at 4. 400. Who wants them? 400 to go. Get them at 4. We sold 3219. Yeah, we passed on it. Yeah. 3220, and it's the cloisonne plate, 400 on that. Who wants them? 4 to go. Get them at 400. 400. Pass on that. Lot 3222. On the Edith Cockcroft plates here, what did he give on that? 250 for the lot to go. Get him at 250 on that. 250 to go. Give me 250. Who wants him? 250. Now get him at 250. Need 250 to start. Anybody want him at 250? Now get him at 250. Need 250 to start on that. Get him at 250. Anybody want him at 250? 250. How about $100? Give me 100 on that now. Get him at 100 to go. Get him at 100. 100. Anybody want him at 100 on that? $100. Anybody 100 to go on that now? Get him at 100. 100. Any interest at 100 to go? Get him at 100. You want him at 100 now, but at 100 to go. Get him at 100, 100, pass on that. Give me 3223. Got the Chinese porcelain plate here. And I'll take your 150. Give me 160 on that. 160 now. Get him at 160, 160. 160 to go. Got 150. Need 160. 160 now. Get him at 160 on that. 160. Where now? Get him at 160. Anybody want him at 160? 160 to go. Get him at 160. Any interest? 160 on that now. Get him at 160. Sold him 150. Bidder number? 12232. 12232 is your buyer. 3224. Got the Pompeii Dutch porcelain bowl here. Start him at 25 on that. 25. Get him at 25 on the bowl to go. Get him at 25. Who wants him? 25 to start now. Get him at 25 on that. 25 on that now. Get him at 25. Anybody? 25 on the bowl now. Get him at 25. Start him at $25. Pass on the bowl. 2225. Got the Japanese porcelain plate here at 25 for the plate. Get him at 25. Give me 25 on that. 10-inch plate. 25 on that. Now get him at 25. 25. Any interest? 25 to start now. Get him at 25. 25. Any interest? 25 on that now. Get him at 25 to go. Pass on the plate. 3226. Got another one here. 13-inch at $50. 50 on that now. Get him at $50. 50 for the plate to go. Get him at 50. Give me $50 on that. 50. Who wants them? $50. Anybody 50 on that now? Get him at 50. $50 for the plate to go. Get him at 50. Anybody 50 to start now? Get him at 50. Any interest? $50. Pass on the plate. 3227 on the Japanese Nippon hand-decorated plate or bowl here. 25 on the Nippon. 25. Get him at 25 on that. 25 for the bowl now. Get him at 25. 25. Where now? Get him at 25. Give me 25 on that. Who wants them? 25 to go. Get him at 25. Any interest? 25 on that. 25 to start. Pass on the lot. 3229 on the plates. You get 4 of them here. The old Chinese plates on the lot to go. $100 now. Bid him at 100. 100. Give me 100 on that. $100. Start him at 100 for all 4 pieces now. Get him at 100. Who wants them? $100 on that. Get him at 100 to go. Bid him at 100. $100. Any interest? 100 on that now. Get him at 100 to go. Bid him at 100. Need 100 to start on that. 100 to go. Get him at 100. Pass on that. 3230. We get a pair of the Peking glass vases to go here. Nice pair of them there. Blue cobalt color here. Give me 4,000 on that. 4,000 to start. Anybody want them at 4,000? Need 4,000 to start on that. Get them at 4,000 to go. I need 4,000. 4,000 to start. 4,000. Anybody want them at 4,000 on that? Now get them at 4 to go. Get them at 4,000. Anybody want them at 4,000? 4,000. Any interest? 4,000. 4,000. Pass on the lot. All right. What do we have? 32.31 here? 32.31. We got the Peking glass vase here. Start up at 200 on that. 2 to go. Get him at 200. 200. Give me 200 on that. 2 to go. Get him at 200. 200. Anybody want him at $200? Pass on that. 32.31A. Another Peking glass. 300 on that. Get him at 300. 300. Give me 3 to go. Get him at 300. Start up at 300 for the Peking glass vase here. 300. Anybody 300? 3 to go. Pass on that. 32.32. The sterling silver basket here. What do you got? 20. I've got, well, to break the ties here, I'm at 45. Who'll get 50 on that now? Get him at 50. $50 on that. Now get him at 50. 50. 50 on the basket. Now get him at 50. $50. 50 here. 60 with me. 70 to go now. Get him at 70. 70 on that now. Get him at 70 for the basket now. $70. You want him at 70 on that now? Get him at 70. Anybody else want him at 70? 60 with me. 70 to go. Anybody want him at 70? Sold him 60 to bidder 409. 60 to bidder 409. 32.33. The Lennox sculpture here. Service for 16 on that. Give me $100 for the China here. Get him at $100 on that for the Lennox. $100. Who wants them? 100 to go now. Get him at 100 on that. 100 to go. Anybody want him at 100 on that now? Get him at 100. 100 to go. Anybody want him at 100 now? Get him at 100. 100. Any interest at 100 on that? Pass on the lot. 32.34. More Lennox dinnerware. 25 on that. 25. 25 to go. Get him at 25. On the dinnerware. 25. Give me 25 on that. 25. Any interest? 25. Pass on that. 32.35. The William Rogers silver plate here. $50 on the set. 50. Where now? Get him at 50. For the Rogers now. Get him at 50. Anybody 50 to start now? Get him at 50. Any 50. 50 on that now. Get him at 50. Pass on the lot. 32.36. All the decorative items here. Nice group to go. Get him at 25 on that. 25. Get him at 30 now. $30 where? Get him at 30. Felt good, didn't it? $30 on that. 30 to go. 30. Anybody want him at 30? 30 to go. All in, all done on that now. Get him at 30. 30 to go. $30 where? Sold him. 25. The bidder number. 13952. 32.37. Got a pair of the porcelain plaques here. Start them at 150. 150 on the pair to go. Get them at 150. 150. Now get him at 150. Who'll give 150 on that? Get him at 150. Need 150. 150 to start. 150. Pass on that. 32.38 on the antique carved wood chair here. Nice Chinese piece here. At $100. Give me 100 on that. 100 where? For the chair to go. Get him at 100. You want him at 100 on that now. Get him at 100 to go. Get him at 100. Anybody want him at 100 on that? $100 bill. Get him at 100. Pass on the lot. 32.40. You get 5 of the decorative stoneware crocks. All of them. One money to go. Start them at 200. 200. 2 and a quarter. 2 and a quarter. 250. Now get him at 250. 250 on that now. Get him at 250. 250 on that now. Get him at 250. Need 250. You got 250. 250. 2 and a quarter with me. Get him at 250 on that now. Get him at 250. 250. Anybody want him at 250 on that? Get him at 250. 250. Anybody 250 now? Get him at 250. Pass on that. Lot 32.41. More, another crock here. The stoneware with the large floral decoration here. Start him at 200 on that. 250. 75. Get him at 275 now. Get him at 275. Who else now? Get him at 275 on that. Any interest? 275. Get him at 300 on that now. Get him at 3 to go. Get him at 300. 300 where? 275 bid. Need 300 to go. Get him at 3. Any further bidding? 300 on that now. Get him at 3 to go. Get him at 3. All in, all done. 300. Sold him 275 to bidder number 962. 32.42. Hamilton and Jones, number 4. Start him at 150. 160. 160 on that now. Get him at 160. 160 on that. 160 to go. 170 now. Get him at 170. 180 now. Get him at I need 180 though. Get him at 180 on that now. Get him at 180. 180. You want him at 180 on that now. 180. 190 to go. Get him at 190. 190 now. 200 to go. Get him at 2. 200. You want him at 200 on that now. Get him at 2. 2 bid. 2 and a quarter to go. Now get him at 2 and a quarter. 225. Get him at 250. Now get him at 250. 250. Want him at 250 on that. 250 to go for the crock now. Get him at 250. 250. Want him at 250 on that now. Get him at 250. 250. 75 on that now. 275 to go. Get him at 275. Any interest at 275 on that now. Get him at 275. Got 250 bid here. Now 275. All in, all done. Now get him at 275. 275. Sold him 250. Bidder number 960. 32.43. Got the 2-gallon. Good. But the 2-gallon crock here. Start them at 150, 150, 160, 160 on that now, 100, 170 bid, 180 to go on that. Get a bid 180, 180, want to bet 180 on that now, get a bid 180, 180, 190 now, bid a bid 190, 190 now, 200 to go, get a bid 200, you want to bet 200 on that now, get a bid 2 to go, get a bid 200, 200 now, get a bid 2 to go, bid a bid 200, anybody want to bet 2 and a quarter now, get a bid 2 and a quarter, now 250, 250 now, get a bid 250 on that, 250, anybody else want to bet 250 on that, get a bid 250, for the crock now, get a bid 250, 250, any interest, 250 on that now, get a bit 250 to go, bit of a 250, 250, pass on that, 32.44, got another crock here, start him at 150, 150, want him at 150, and 160 to go, get him at 160, 160 on that, 160 where now, get him at 160 for the crock now, get him at 160, 170 to go now, 170, 180 bid, 190 to go now, get him at 190 on that, 190 now, 190 there, 2 to go, get him at 2, 200, 2 and a quarter now, get him at 225, get him at 250 on that now, get him at 250, give me 250, you want him at 250, 250, anybody 250 on that, get him at 250, 250 to go, get him at 250, any interest at 250 on that now, get him at 250, 250, all in, all done now, get him at 250, sold him 2 and a quarter to bidder 312, bidder 312, 32.45, 32.45, 32.45. Got another stoneware jug here. Start him at 200 on that. 200, quarter to go. Get him at 2 and a quarter now. 250. 250 on that. Get him at 250. 250. You want him at 250 on that? Get him at 250. 250. Who wants him? 250 on that. Get him at 250. 250. Anybody want him at 250 now? Get him at 250 and 75. Get him at 275 for the jug now. Get him at 275. Anybody else want him at 275 on that? Get him at 275. All in, all done. 275. Anybody else want him at 275 on that? 275. Where? Get him at 275. Sold him 250 to bidder number 962, 32.46. Got the another gallon and a half stoneware crock here. Start him at 80. 80 on the crock now. Get him at 80 on that. Need 80 to start on that. Get him at 80. 80 to go. Now bid him at 80. $80 on that now. Get him at 80 to go. Bid him at 80. 80 to go. Bid him at 80. $80 on the crock. Who wants him? 80 to go. Start him at 80. $80. Any interest? And $80 on that now. Get him at 80 to go. Bid him at 80. Pass on the lot. 32.47. Got a Cowden and Wilcox here at 150. 150. Anybody want him at 150 on that now? Get him at 150 to go. Bid him at 150. 150. Any interest? 150 on that now? Get him at 150. 150 to go now. Get him at 150. Here now 160. 160 for the crock now. Get him at 160. Anybody want him at 160 now? Get him at 160. Got 150. Need 160. 160. All in, all done. 160 on that now. Get him at 160. Sold at 150. Bidder number 14106, lot 32.48, got the 3-gallon crock here. Start him at 200. 200 on the crock now. 200 to go. Get him at 200. Who wants him? 200. Start him at 200 on that now. Get him at 2 to go. Get him at 2. $200. Anybody 200 to start on that now? Get him at 200. 2 and a quarter to go. Get him at 2 and a quarter on that. 2 and a quarter now. 250. 250. Want him at 250. 250 to go. Get him at 250 on that. 250 to go. Get him at 250. 250. Anybody want him at 250 now? Get him at 250. For the crock now. Get him at 250. Need 250 on that. Get him at 250. Who else now? Get him at 250. 250. All in, all done on that now. Get him at 250. 250 to go. Get him at 250. Pass on the lot. 32.49. Did somebody come in at the last minute here? 32.49. Got another stoneware crock here with the lid. Start him at 150. Who wants him? 150 on that. Get him at 150. 150. Anybody 150 on that now? Get him at 150 to go. Get him at 150. Need 150. 150 to start on that. Get him at 150. 150. Anybody want him at 150? 160 on that now. Get him at 160. 160. 160 to go. Get him at 160. 170 now. Get him at 170. 170. 170. 180 to go on that now. Get him at 180. Give me 180 on that. 180, 180, 190 now. Bid him at 190 on that. 200 to go. Get him at 200 now. Bid him at 2. 2 to go. Get him at 200 on that now. 2 to go. Get him at 200. Who wants him? 200 now. Get him at 2 to go. Bid him at 2. 2 to go. Get him at 200. Any interest? At 200 on that now. Get him at 2 to go. Bid him at 2. 2 to go. Get him at 200. Here, quarter to go now. Get him at 2 and a quarter on that. 2 and a quarter. 2 and a quarter. Now 250 on that. Get him at 250. 250. Want him at 250 on that. 250 for the crock now. Get him at 250. Give me 250. 250 on that. 2 and a quarter here. 250. Now get him at 250, 250. Any interest? At 250 on that now. Get him at 250, 250. Anybody else want him at 250 on that? Get him at 250, 250. Last chance on that now. Get him at 250 to go. Get him at 250. All in, all done on that now. Get him at 250. 250, pass on the lot. 3250, got another decorative stoneware jug here. Start them at 200 on that. 200, 2 and a quarter. Now get him at 2 and a quarter. Now get him at 225 on that. 225, give me 225. 225, get him at 225. Now get him at 225. Now 250, 250 on that. Get him at 250, 250. You want him at 250 on that. Now get him at 250. For the crock, now get him at 250. On the stoneware jug, 250 on that. Need 250. Anybody want him at 250 to go? Get him at 250. Any interest at 250 on that now? Get him at 250, 250. All in, all done. 250 on that. Get him at 250. Pass on the lot. 3251, the umbrella stand here at 300 on that. 300 for the Wheatley Art Pottery umbrella stand here. 300 to go on that. Start him at 3 on that. 3 to go. Get him at 300. You want him at 300 now. Get him at 3 to go. Get him at 300. Start him at 300 on the stand here. Get him at 3 to go on that. $300 now. Get him at 3. 3 to go. Get him at 300. Anybody want him at 300 on that now? Get him at 3 to go. Get him at 300. All in, all done. 300. Pass on that. 3287. On the porcelain print here on the screen, a little small little Asian screen here with the porcelain print here, $100 on that. 100 to go. Who wants them? 100 on that now. Get him at 100. 100 now. Get him at 100. Start him at 100 for the screen now. Get him at 100 on that. $100. Who wants them? 100 to go now. Get him at 100. 100. Anybody want him at 100 on that now? Get him at 100 to go. Get him at 100. Any interest? 100. 100 to start. $100 on that. Pass on that. 3288. The porcelain diagram or diorama with the bonsai tree here. How many dollars on that? Start him at 50. 50 on that now. Get him at 50. $50 where now? Get him at 50. 50. You want him at 50 on that? 50 to go. Get him at 50 now. Get him at 50. 50. Need 50 to start on that. $50 on that. Get him at 50. $50. Any interest at 50? Pass on that. 3289. On the Asian lithograph here. 1 of 50 here. How about $50? Start him at 50 on the lithograph now. Get him at 50 on that. 50 to go. Get him at 50. $50. Anybody want him at 50 on that now? Get him at 50 for the win. $50 on that now. Get him at 50. $50. Anybody want him at 50? 50. Start him at 50 on that. Get him at 50. Any interest? 50 on that now. Start him at 50. Pass on the lot. 3290. Here we go. The samurai helmet. On the samurai helmet here. Take a look at that. How about 1,500? Now 1,600. 1,600 on that now. Get him at 1,600 to go. 16 where now? Get him at 1,600. 1,600. 1,700 on that now. Get him at 17 to go. $1,700 now. Put him at 17. Got 1,600 bid. 1,700 on that now. Get him at 17 to go. 1,700. 1,700 on that now. Put him at 1,700 to go. Get him at 1,700. 1,600 is online. Need 1,700 now. Get him at 1,700 on that now. Put him at 17. 1,700. Any interest at 1,700 now. Get him at 17 to go. 1,700. All in, all done. 1,700. 17 to go. Last chance on that. Get him at $1,700. Sold him 1,600. The bidder number 14100. Lot 3291. Got the African hide shield and the warrior sword. Give me 800 on that. 800 for the lot to go. Get him at 800 now. Get him at 8 to go. Get him at 8. $800 on that. Who wants them? 800 now. Get him at 8 to go. Get him at 8. 800. Need 800 to start on that. Now get him at 8 to go. Get him at 8. $800 on that. Now get him at 8 to go. Get him at 8. $800. Any interest at 800 on that now. Get him at 8 to go. Get him at 8. Pass on the lot. 3292. Got the armor here. The Japanese armor at $1,000 on that. 1,000. Start him at 1,000 now. Put him at 1,000 to go. Need 1,000 to start on that. 1,000 to go. Now get him at 1,000. Anybody want him at 1,000 on that now? Get him at 1,000 to go. $1,000. Start him at 1,000 on that. 1,000 to go. Anybody want him at 1,000 on that? Comes with the seat and 2 pieces of leather side armor now. $1,000 on that. Give me 1,000. Who wants him? $1,000. Any interest at 1,000? Pass on the lot. 3293 on the lot to go here. We got the pewter plate here with some history dating back to the Mayflower ship here. Start him at $800 on that. 8 to go. Get him at 800. You want him at 800 on that. Start him at 8 to go. Get him at 800. 800 on that now. Get him at 8 to go. Get him at 800. $800. Anybody? 800 to start. Need 800 to start on that. Get him at 800. $800 on that. 8 to go. Need 800 to start on that. Give me 800. 800. Any interest at 800 on that now? Get him at 8 to go. Get him at 8. 800. Pass on the lot. 3294. Got the little Yale combination safe here. What did he give on that? $200 on the safe to go. And do we have a combination for that? Sure we do. Okay, $200 on that. 200 for the safe now. Get him at 200 on that. Give me 200 to start. Who wants them? 200 to go. Now get him at 200 on that. $200 on the safe to go. Get him at 200. Need 200 to start on that now. Get him at 2 to go. Get him at 200. 200. Anybody want him at 200 on that now? Get him at 2 to go. Start him at 200. 2 to go on the safe to go. Get him at 200. Who wants them? $200. Pass on the lot. $32.95. Got another combination safe here at $200 on that. Who'll give 200? Now start him at 2 to go. Bit of a 2. 200. 200 on that. Now get him at 2 to go. Bit of a 200. 200 to go. Who wants them? 200. Now get him at 2 for the safe. Start him at 200. 200. Any interest at 200 on that? Get him at 2 to go. Get him at 2. Pass on the lot. $32.96. Got another one here. 100 on that for the safe. 100 on that now. Get him at 100 on the safe. 100. I got 10 now. Get him at 110 on that. 110 where now? Get him at 110. Anybody else want him at 110 now? Get him at 110 to go. Get him at 110. Got 100. 10 now. Get him at 110. 110. Any further bidding? Got 110 now. Get him at 110 to go. 110 where? 110. Sold him $100. Bidder 202. Bidder 202. $32.97. Got another one at $200. 200. Who wants him? 200 to start now. 200. I got 2 1/4 to go. Now get him at 2 1/4. 225 in the back now. 250 to go. Get him at 250. Who'll give 250 on that? Now get him at 250. 250. 2 1/4 in house. 250 to go. Now get him at 250. Any further bidding at 250 on that? Now get him at 250. 250. Anybody else want him at 250 on that? Get him at 250. Sold him 2 1/4. Bidder 202. Bidder 202. $32.98. Another one here. $200 on that. Get him at 2. 200. Y'all want him at 200 to go on that. 200 to start. Give me 200. Anybody want him at 200 on that now? Get him at 2. Any interest at 200 on that? 200. I got 200 online. Need 2 1/4 back here. Now 250 to go. Get him at 250. 250. Want him at 250 on that. 250 to go now. Get him at 250. Any interest at 250 to go now? Get him at 250. 250. Anybody want him at 250 on that? Get him at 250. 2 1/4 in the house. 250. Any further bidding? 250. Sold him 225 to bidder 202. 202 your buyer. 32.99. All the reproduction Andy Rooney signs here. Take a look at that. You get 3 of them. One money. Start them at 50. Well, it shows 4 there. Well, you get 4 pieces altogether. How about $50 on that? Get him at 50. Anybody want him at 50 to go on that? 50. Where now? Get him at 50. Need 50 to start on that. Get him at 50. Any interest? 50 to go now. Get him at 50. Need 50 to start on that. Get him at 50. Any interest at $50? All 4 pieces. $50 on that. Now get him at 50. Need 50 to start on that. Get him at 50. Anybody want him at 50? Pass on the lot. 3,300 here. We got some architectural pieces here. 2 pieces. How about $50 on that? Start them at 50 for the architectural pieces. 50 on that. Now get them at 50. Who wants them? $50. Now get them at 50. $50. Any interest at 50 to start. Now get them at 50 on that. Need 50 on that. Get them at 50. $50. You want them at 50 on that? Get them at 50. Any interest? $50. Pass on the lot. 3301. Got the plant stand or the torch stand. You buy it, you name it. $25 on that. Get them at 25. Get them at 25 for the stand now. Get them at 25 on that. Need 25 to start on that. Get them at 25. Who wants them? 25 to go. Get them at 25 on that. $25 now. Get them at 25. Any interest at 25? Get them at 25 to go. Get them at $25. 25. Any interest? 25. Pass on that. 3302. Another plant stand here. $80 on that. 80 to go. 90. I've got $100 bill now. Give me 100 on that. 100 to go. Who wants them? $100 here. 10 now. Get them at 110 on that. 110 to go. Get them at 110. 110 where now? Get them at $110. 110 to go. Need 110. 10 here now. 120. 120. 120 on the lot now. Get them at 120 on that. Give me 120. I got 110. Need 120. 120 on that now. Get them at 120 and 130 to go. Get them at 130. 120 is the bid. Need 130 on that. Get them at 130. 130. All in, all done. 130 on that now. Get them at 130. Sold at 120. Bidder number 966 3303. Got the golden sphere on the base here. Give me $100 on that. 130, 140. Now get him at 140 on the garden sphere here. Get him at 140. 130 bid. 140. Who else now? Get him at 140. 140. All in, all done on that now. Get him at 140 to go. 130 is the bid. 140 to go. Now get him at 140. All in, all done. 140 on that. Get him at 140. Sold him 130. The bidder number 967 3304. You get a couple of the 20th century painted chests, both of them one money. Start them at $15. $15 on that. Get them at 15. You want them at 15 on that? $15. Anybody? 15. Start them at 15. You want them at 15 on that? Get them at $15. Who wants them? $15. Pass on the lot. 3305. Got a hand-painted glass and metal lamp here. Start him at 25 on that. 25. I'd bid 30 on that. $30. Where? Get him at 30. Give me 30. 30 for the lamp now. Get him at 30. Any interest at $30 on that, or 25. Rather, get him at 25 on. You got 25? Now 30 on that. Get him at 30. 30 to go on that. Who else now? Get him at 30. All in, all done. 30 on that. Now get him at 30. Sold him 25. The bidder number 904. Lot 3306. Got the painted metal floor lamp base here. $50. 50 for the base now. Get him at 50 on that. 50. Who wants him? 50 on that now. Get him at 50. You want him at 50 on that. Get him at 50 to go now. Bid him at 50. $50. Anybody want him at 50? Now get him at 50. $50. Need 50 to start on that. Get him at 50. Who wants it? $50. 50 to start now. Get him at 50. Pass on the lot. 3307. Another table lamp here. Berman here. Start him at 10. $10 on that. Give me 10 for the lamp now. Get him at 10 on that. $10. Where now? Get him at 10. Who wants them? $10. Anybody? 10 on that now. Get him at 10. Need 10 to start. $10 on the lamp. Anybody want him at 10? 10 to go. Get him at 10. Pass on the lot. 3308. The wrought iron candle stand here. 500 on that. Nice ornate piece. 500 on that now. Get him at 500. You want him at 500 now. Get him at 5 to start. Who wants him? 500 on the candle stand now. Get him at 500. Any interest at 500 on that? Give me 500 to start now. 500 on that now. 500. Anybody? How about 300 on that? Give me 3 to go. Get him at 300. $300 now. Get him at 3 to go. 300. 300. You want him at 3 to go? Get him at 300. Anybody else want him at 3 to go? Get him at $300. Pass on the lot. Lot 3310. Got the drop leaf table here. $100 on that. 100 to go for the table. 100 where? Who wants them? 100 for the table now. Get them at $100 on that. Anybody want them at 100 to start? Get them at 100. Any interest? 100 on that. Get them at 100. 100. Pass on the lot. 3311. Got the antique Windsor chair here. $20 on the chair to go. $20 on that. Give me 20. Who wants them? $20 on that. Now get them at 20 to go. Need 20 to start. Who wants them? 20 for the chair to go. Get them at 20. Pass on that. 3312. Another antique chair here. Reproduction though. $50. 50 for the chair to go. Get them at 50. Anybody want them at 50 on that? 50 for the chair. Start them at 50 on that. Get them at 50. Any interest at 50? Pass on the chair. 3313. The Adirondack Wickers. Arts and crafts style here. You get 3 of them. One money. Start them at 150. 150. Anybody? 150 on that? 150 for all 3 to go. Get them at 150 on that. Who wants them? 150. 150 on that. Now get them at 150. Any interest? 150. Start them at 150 for all 3 pieces. 150. Any interest? At 150 on that. Get them at 150. 150. Pass on that. Well, that's it. That's the last one right there, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for coming out. Please pay for your purchases at the front. Give your paid receipt to one of our staff, and they'll assist you in retrieving your merchandise. Please don't grab it yourself. I want to assist you with that, so there's no problems, no mix-ups. And again, thanks for coming out today.
It's no different from collectibles. Nobody's buying Norman Rockwell, nobody's buying Uncles, and nobody's buying gallery art. You know? You would probably Spinelli is a little. His sister. Always was sent home to her, was still in a bedroom. Once I know it stops.
Yo.
Greg, sorry, we're done here. Can I shut this down?
Probably can rely on learn what you need to know. If you have any questions,